Coming up on this episode of The Brain Drain Show.
Let's drink whiskey and get fucking crazy and like, we'll take you to the fucking deepest fucking concrete hole in the ground. And I'm like, I'm just a fucking street skater from San Jose. I never really liked Think anyways. Santa Cruz was my favorite brand when I was a kid. That was the shit to me. Me and Russ were just like two peas in a pod. He wanted to have more creative control, and so he did Creature. And he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said yes. Disturb not the sleep of death. I'm old, I'm done. I'm going out on my favorite skateboard company, Black Label. When I had 2 kids, I owned a house, I was married, I was like, wow, I actually did something. You know what I mean? And then it like all goes away. And then I got cut just like everyone else, and I was being a little bitch. Thought that I didn't deserve to get cut, as much as everyone else because I'm way more involved. To this day, I suffer from imposter syndrome. I went to Enjoi. I figured that that's where I'd be until the end. It didn't work out that way. Matt Eversole is badass motherfucker. He was battling with those dudes at Dwindle every fucking day. Black Label, it was like a bunch of fucking pirates in a van, like all for one for all. We're doing this shit for John. The fact that Label Kills did so well pissed people in skateboarding off. They are all these kind of high-end kind of guys, and they're just like complaining about shit all the time. You guys have it so fucking good, you don't even understand it. Lucero calls me out of nowhere. He's like, kid, what are you doing? We're just sitting at the bar drinking. He looks over and he goes, the label. This is it. I'm walking away. I'm tired of this shit. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm done. I'm over it. But it just skateboarding didn't let me walk away. I just remember like making calls to my wife and being like, I'm going to fucking jail tonight. I know you guys are from the States. You do not get caught with drugs in Oklahoma. From all angles, cop cars pull in. He's like, what are you guys doing? He's like, well, I always want to see the Cadillac Ranch. Lance Mountain is a skateboarder. Dude, you can't do that. No, Arto already did. He goes, not in this body, he didn't. And he went back up there and he fucking did it. He goes, hey kid, label, 3rd time's a charm. And I'm gonna fart.
Good evening and welcome to another great episode of The Brain Drain Show with me, Forde, Brookfield, joined to my left, Toby Batchelor. Toby, tell the listeners your name, please.
It's Toby. Who's on the podcast today?
We're a little bit frantic because this is a special episode.
Who's on the podcast today?
Our entire life. Joined to our left in the studio is the one and only Coma Girl, Jason Adams. Round of applause in the studio audience, please, from everyone.
For the sake of everyone who's going to be watching this, can you just give us a little rundown on why the fuck you are in Derby?
I'm still wondering that myself. No,
regretting it
because I got an email asking.
Yeah?
Yeah, or something. Like somebody contacted me and asked me, and I said yes.
It was me.
Yeah, there you go. So, how could I say, pass up an opportunity to come over to across the pond,
When was the last time you were here before this?
2006 or 7.
Was that for the Enjoi trip?
Yeah.
So he's definitely not had a Greg's then.
No
Chance. So that's going down today.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Maybe we should do like a live Greg's Eat review on this podcast.
That's not a bad idea.
Greg's reaction.
Get his first time.
Get the staples of Greg's, the vegan sausage roll, the regular...
No, the vegan sausage roll isn't a staple. That is for you and Twiglet.
Hey, I like them too.
The sausage roll. What else?
The vegan sausage roll.
Cheese pizza.
You got some of those, the yum yums, the ice bun things.
Oh, yeah.
The pizza.
Yeah. We're going to, this episode...
And we'll get feedback. We'll do it outside as a little extra.
You had me at sausage roll.
There we go.
No, we're going to do it on here and we're going to get the ASMR. Jason Adams eating a sausage roll for the first time on a podcast ever. And that's going to be the tagline on YouTube. Jason Adams eats sausage roll in Derby.
I don't know why Greg's have not endorsed this podcast yet, because we talk about it so much.
Yeah, they've liked videos in the past and stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're blowing it. Let's get going then. So, Jason, you're from San Jose, right?
I am from San Jose, yes.
How did you first start skating? Like, what was your first memories of skateboarding?
Let's see. Well, I remember being a little kid, like I guess when I was like 4 or something like that. I saw it on TV.
Yeah.
And I just it just stuck in my brain. And I remember the moment. I mean, I'm 4 fucking years old. You know what I mean? So. And I remember watching TV, and it was like probably like 1977, because my sister was born in 1977. It was right before she was born. And I just saw this dude doing a hippie jump over In my mind, I thought it was like a Volkswagen Beetle and he went over the top, but I recently saw the footage, the actual footage, because I'd always wondered what the footage was, and it was like more like some little sports car, and he like hippie jumped over the hood of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that just stuck in my brain, and I guess I talked about it because right after my sister was born, my grandfather came home one day and he had this blue plastic skateboard for me. And so technically that was my first skateboard, but you know, at that age, it's like a toy in the garage, you know what I mean? You just kind of cruise around on your knees. I remember making like little ramps and shit, you know what I mean? It's kind of like if you saw my video part, that was like footage of me on that skateboard.
Nice.
But
in the 50
year one.
Oh, that's the
that intro
footage,
that
then.
intro
Yeah.
old 8mm footage is 1977.
Filmed on
amazing.
proper like old home
Yeah,
cine
with my
camera.
dad. Yeah, like
Nice.
with the little.
Oh,
But
that's incredible. I did wonder watching that because sometimes you watch documentaries and stuff and it's kind of, you wonder
It's
if it's
fake.
stock footage or something just to film
yeah,
the time.
yeah. No, I like about a year or a couple of years before we used it, I was visiting my parents and my dad had like gone through all that old movie footage and like digitized it.
Nice.
And he had it on his computer and he showed me and I was like, holy shit, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then so when we started doing the 50-year project, Lucero was like, do you have any kind of footage or anything from, I don't even think he was talking about that far back, but I'm like, dude, I got this stuff that my dad has. It's just, and it pretty much that's all it is what you see. That was all of it, you know?
That quick, just going
Yeah,
down the
it's
drive.
just that, because you know those old, like back in the day, those old movie things, it's like quick clips, you know what I mean? It'll be like 10-second clips, because I mean, you only had so much film in the thing, you know?
Yeah.
But that was pretty much all
It's
of it.
super expensive as well. When
Yeah,
you get film
exactly.
Like that.
But
So you always had a board knocking
so I
around.
always had a board, but and then when I got older, probably in the early, like, I just remember seeing kids in the neighborhood, like in the mid '80s, with like starting to have those sick wide boards, you know what I mean? And I just always, there was something that always like pulled me to it. I just thought it was the coolest shit ever, you know? And but I wasn't, you know, it was different back then. You didn't just go, Mom, Dad, I'm into skateboarding. Well, you know, tough shit, kid, you know what I mean? So it took me a long time to like work it to where I could finally get myself like a good skateboard, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be a skater. So it was around 12 is when my parents had a garage sale and I ended up just grabbing a bunch of shit out of my room and I sold
to get your first board.
to get my first
What-
board.
and what was your
and
first
And
board?
it wasn't even enough to get one of those really good ones. I got a board like just from like like a Target now or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. And then thinking back, it was an action sports board, and it had like urethane wheels and closed bearings, and it had like wannabe tracker trucks, and it was like a fake kamikaze. It was actually an action sports kamikaze.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't cool. But I needed a board to get started. So from there, I just started like I was telling you the other day how I Frankenstein my trucks.
Yeah.
I Frankensteined a board together, you know, by like wheeling and dealing with kids in the neighborhood and trading and saving up my lawn mowing money, you know what I mean? And then that was pretty much the beginning. And then it's just, here I am today, you know?
Do you remember who it was in the clip that hippie jumps?
I think it was Alva.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw the footage in that Vans Alva documentary that came out
Oh, okay.
And there's actually it's in that documentary. I'd have to watch it again because my memory sucks these days.
It'd be good to find it.
But I'm pretty
overlay.
sure it's in that Alva documentary that Vans did, and I'm pretty sure it's Alva.
Yeah.
You know, and I also remember another thing, like when I was going into kindergarten, going shopping for school, and I was going to get a school folder, and I found one, and I believe Stacy Peralta was on it, like carving at a, I don't know, it had a full pipe in the background, but so I always thought it was the coolest shit ever, you know.
It's kind of like for us, you know, because you were in California and skating was, you know, I mean, it's like the home to skateboard, isn't it? Like it's very different for us being
For sure.
over here, and like, I mean, we just didn't have anything. But
Yeah.
you know, everyone sort of says similar thing. You know, the first time you see skating, it's like, well, you know, it's like tunnel vision. It's like, right, I want to be a skater. Happened to me. You know, it's just as soon as I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck is this? I need this." You know, and that's it. It's just not, you know.
Yeah, and it's funny how at such an early age, you know, even though I didn't really get into it until I was like 13, but it just was something that I always when I would see it, I'm like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's
there was something about it.
Cool, because I was always like, what's cool? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just thought it was the coolest shit ever, you know.
Yeah. It is. Still is.
It's really
the coolest shit ever, isn't it?
So you bought the like target board. What was your first proper setup where you'd went and maybe picked one out, or what was the first legitimate?
Hold on, let's rewind a little bit, because
rewind as much as you want.
At 10 years old for my birthday, everyone asked me what I wanted. I'm like, I want money for a good skateboard. So that's all I got from my grandma, my whatever. I got it, and I got just enough to go to a skate shop and buy a good skateboard that got stolen like 2 weeks later.
No.
And so it doesn't really count, but I went and got a Santa Cruz red dot, Ramp Street 10-inch, with OJ wheels and independent trucks. But it only lasted 2 weeks, and then I was never able to get another one until that Kamikaze. So we went back to there. So when I got the Kamikaze, when I finally got enough money to go buy a brand new board, I bought a Santa Cruz Bullet flip tail. That was the first one that I went and picked out. Other than that other one, that doesn't count. I just like to forget about that. That was painful. Yeah. To get that board stolen.
Did you ever, like, in later years, get the board, you know, like rebuild it and have your time that you were owed?
No, because I've never been like super skate nerd about stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just like I hardly save anything. You know, it's just like I just love doing it.
Yeah.
You know, but no, I never have. To answer your question, never even thought about it.
Maybe you should think about it. Like,
maybe
that should be the thing. You rebuild that board.
Yeah.
And then skate the shit out of it.
That would be cool.
I was going to say because you could display it, but if you don't keep things, so you might as well just skate.
I do keep some things, but I mean, there's people like Shvitak or something, or like they're just like save everything, and you know, and no, I've just never been like that.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I just like to do, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. But you must have kept some of your pro boards and stuff.
Oh, I've kept a lot of them.
Yeah.
I just recently, like a couple of years, I started selling them already.
Yeah.
So,
but
I'm in a bind.
Are there ones that you'll never sell? Ones that you always have and keep? Or
no, because I sold all the ones that were really like all the early ones.
Yeah. You've not got your OG Think?
I do have one of those. I had two. I sold one of them, and
there's one on eBay currently for $1,800. I think.
Yeah,
I looked it up.
I sold mine for $1,200. I think.
Yeah,
but I do have one still.
What size was that Think board? The first one. What year was that?
92.
92.
It was probably 9.5.
Yeah.
Something like that. 9 3/8.
It was shaped as well, wasn't it?
It looked a lot like what people are riding now.
Yeah.
You know, we had a little more. It had a little more. It had the bow. What was going on, like how the eggs are now. Then it kind of had a squared nose and like a rounded tail for the time. It kind of like. It kind of like was like a. I think the inspiration was like the Sal Barbier. At the time that came out was one of the skinnier boards, and I really like that board. I think that's kind of where it came from.
We'll come back to Think and stuff, but just on that note, like when it was like you're getting a pro board, did you design the shape, or was it an off the shelf kind of shape that you?
No, I actually designed it by myself.
Nice. On a bit of paper, you were like, I want this.
Dude, I used garbage bag, paper garbage bags. And I learned to do it because there was this amateur from Santa Cruz named Mike Persenko who lived in my neighborhood, and I like idolized him as a kid. You know what I mean? He was super cool, and we would go to his house and buy old boards from him, and he would load us up with stickers. We thought he was the coolest motherfucker on the planet. You go into his room and it just smelled like stickers, you know. But he was really into doing shapes, and they would at Santa Cruz they would make him whatever custom shapes he wanted. So I would be over there, and he'd like show us how he made the shapes. So I kind of had knowledge on how to do it. But yeah, I made it myself.
Do you remember the dimensions of it, the wheelbase and everything?
back then, it probably was like a 14 and an eighth inch wheelbase. Had a really big nose at the time, maybe 7. Probably around 9 1/4 or 9 3/8, I think. Had a short tail, but I don't know. I always liked a really short tail back then. But I think that's pretty close.
Sounds like a good.
It's
now.
pretty much a modern day board.
Yeah.
I seen on Instagram that Think is apparently coming back.
Yeah, I saw that.
So maybe we should do a petition to just. They can reissue that Jason Adams board. I'll give them the permission.
Okay.
With your permission,
Thanks, Forde.
with your blessing.
I think it would be cool. I would love
like
to.
reissue that board, and then they can just do whatever again.
Do whatever, yeah.
But yeah, at least reissue.
Is it really coming back?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, apparently so.
I was talking about it yesterday. I don't know whether it's kind of too late. It should have probably done this 10, 15 years
There's a lot of companies that come back, and we always say, is it too late for them to come back? Is the
Well,
market?
you got to look at it from like the perspective of, you bring something back to sell boards, right? But the kids are the ones who buy the boards,
Yeah.
and they don't know what Think is. They never heard of it, so it's just another new brand to them.
Yeah.
But then people our age will be like, oh yeah, there's a few graphics, maybe, I'll get reissues or something. But it's not. I don't know. I think it's past it.
I don't
know.
I don't get it because I never really liked Think anyways.
Tagline. There we go. And that goes.
I mean, I liked it. They had in the mid '90s. They had a fantastic team,
Yeah.
like phenomenal team. But that crap they put out didn't go with how rad the team was.
Yeah.
God, I'm already talking shit.
And that nicely,
Fine.
we can do plenty of that.
My first sponsor was Venture Trucks,
Nice.
which is how I ended up on Think.
Because that was all
like
in
a-
the same distro, wasn't it?
like a package
so
deal.
I met Greg Carroll right when he got the job as team manager, and that we just clicked, and I started skating with those guys, and he just put me on the team pretty much right away. But my first board sponsor was Santa Cruz.
Because that was local to you, really, wasn't it?
It was local,
Kind
yeah.
of local.
Yeah.
How close was NH? It was NHS at that time.
NHS, it's 45-minute drive over the hill, which what we say over the hill, like over the mountains,
We say at the end of the road or around the corner or something. But yeah,
Yeah, around the corners.
It's close.
Isn't it?
That must. For me, when I was growing up, if I would have lost my mind knowing that Santa Cruz, a brand like that, at that time was like 45 minutes away. We would have been like,
I was the same way.
Yeah,
And Santa Cruz was my favorite brand when I was a kid.
yeah,
Hands down. Like Santa Cruz and SMA, like that was the shit to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And plus, I lived in San Jose, and it's like half the team seemed like lived in San Jose,
Yeah.
or in Santa Cruz, or it was very heavy, obviously, NHS,
Did you go over to Santa Cruz to the building and see it all like in those early days, or?
I never did.
I was here. Stories.
I drove by it.
Yeah.
I asked my mommy to drive, because
I
my
wanna
mom
see
would
this
take me
building.
and my friends over to Santa Cruz to a skate derby.
Yeah. That park always looks so sick.
Yeah, so that was the only skate park
Snake
around.
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one time we convinced my mom, because you know the address, to drive by it.
Yeah.
And then the next time I went there was to go get boards when I rode for Santa Cruz. Yeah,
But that was.
but that
good.
was a short time.
Yeah.
It was a really short stint at Santa Cruz.
Was that after Think or?
No, that was my first board sponsor.
Right. Okay.
And that's how I got on Santa Cruz. Like there was no sponsor me video.
Yeah.
It was like Gavin O'Brien called Solomon Aga. I grew up with Solomon Aga.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And he's like a big brother to me, and even though he's like a year older, but Gavin just asked him, he's like, we need street kids now, like basically like,
Because that was when things were changing.
that's when everything was changing.
The vert guys were like,
Exactly. And Santa Cruz had just this massive vert team,
yeah.
and he was just like, we need street guys. And Solomon's like, my friend Jason, and he goes, all right, have him call me. That was it. It was Solomon's
Like
word,
blind.
just like that. That's all it was.
Yeah. It's
know?
mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was the first package from Venture? Was it like, were you just like, holy shit?
Yeah, because they gave everyone way too much shit. It was crazy. Every month I would get like 5 sets of trucks.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's just like, but I mean, back then, that's also how we survived.
yeah, because you sell that shit.
You sell that shit,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, it was
they must have been savvy to that. They
no,
knew.
no, they knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they knew
think
we didn't
everyone
need
knows.
five sets of trucks. They knew we didn't need that, you know. But
Always
they just wanted to. I think they were just trying to sponsor everyone and just
get it out of there.
flood
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, around that time, like over here, it was the Venture Featherlights. That was the truck that everyone was riding around that sort of time.
Yeah, this was even before that.
Yeah,
like
so
this was
early,
like
isn't it?
like when I rode for them, it was when they came out with the magnesium. So that's like what everyone wanted. So they would send me regular trucks, and I'm like, why? I got magnesiums.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. So
And then how did that? So Venture trucks, and then what was the first kind of board hookup?
that was Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I got flowed from Powell
Nice.
because Solomon rode for Powell Peralta at the time.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get me on the team for a while, and it just never happened. And then I got on Santa Cruz. Around that time, I think they came up to film Solomon for propaganda, I'm thinking.
Mm.
So we all went skating with Solomon, and the dude filmed like me and Sean Mandoli, because like me, Solomon, and Sean Mandoli were like a little trio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In like the part of the city, we all kind of grew up in the same area of town. And so when they started editing the video, Stacy saw us all together, and this was right around the time where Guy and everyone left. And I remember like Solomon calling me and going, Stacy wants both of you guys now. And I'm like, dude, I'm on Santa Cruz. You know, I'm a kid. Like, I'm just done. I don't even know what's going on. Like that. Pretty stupid for not doing that probably. But he just ended up leaving not too long after that too. But anyways, that was a possibility. But I just thought, I'm staying on Santa Cruz, you know.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's stupid. I mean,
Nah,
you just
maybe
never-
not.
You know, I think at that time Powell was kind of dealing with having.
But what they were
guys.
looking for, it's not so much that we were the greatest skaters. It was like he wanted that crew.
Yeah.
He wanted another crew
Like crew
to
vibe.
film the whole crew vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I stayed on Santa Cruz, and then they started Think, and so Greg was like, "We want you and Mandoli, and this guy and whatever, you know." And I'm like, at that point, just from like getting sponsored by Santa Cruz, like, because I never had like, I don't really ever remember like thinking like I had any chance to go like have some sort of like pro career or what. I don't like to use the word career, but you know what I mean.
It's
That-
effectively what it is, isn't it?
I beg to differ, but it's extended vacation, really.
Yeah.
But just getting a little taste, I was like, I want to try to do something with it. So Santa Cruz, I was like just fresh on the team, and there's like fucking 10 other Jasons on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd call Gavin and be like, hey, there's Jason. Which one? You know? And so when Greg hit me up and I was like, this is a new company and I'll have way more of a chance. I'm at the top of the list to go
Yeah.
pro. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And I love Greg.
Yeah.
And he was all like really he was just a great guy and took care of me, you know?
What does he do now?
He's like a shaman,
Oh, okay.
like life coach shaman.
I need to
Like-
speak to him then.
Yeah.
Get my life back on track.
So you said Santa Cruz / SMA, like Santa Monica Airlines. Tim Jackson skated for SMA. If you remember Tim Jackson.
Tim Jackson
Like-
skated for Dogtown.
Did you not skate for Santa Monica Airlines for a while?
Not that I can remember.
Maybe I'm tripping.
I know
think
Tim
you're tripping.
Jackson.
One of the questions here, have you met and skated with Tim Jackson?
I have not met and skated.
That one part, the wall ride part,
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
the
he's-
pendulum swings is insane. That's one of Dead Dave's tricks. Like,
he was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
and
It's funny to say he was one of my favorites because there was so little of him.
I was going to say,
But when
did you
I would
only have
see
that
what he was
one
doing,
part?
I was like, it spoke to me. I just thought he was I thought it was really cool what he did.
Yeah, it was different,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's only had that one
Yeah.
part in the.
I
Gambling
think it's
with
the only
Gravity.
place he ever skated
Yeah,
was
the curbs and the
on the walls in Venice. Yeah.
that part is.
But it really like
part is
stuck in my
incredible.
brain.
The full like wall rides to like blunts out.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it
it's
grabs
crazy.
out. It's
It's
absolutely
insane.
insane.
It's bonkers. But my friend Lance, who works at Dogtown, sent me he sent me a roll of grip tape that it's like a Tim Jackson art on it that I have, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's rad.
Fucking Tim Jackson.
I have one of his boards hanging in my office too.
Nice.
So Think gets going.
Mm-hmm.
How long till your board comes out?
Year and a half, maybe. I don't know. I don't. You know what? Time's funny when you're that age, and a month seems like a year, where a year seems like a month now. You know.
Yeah.
So a lot happened in such a short span of time. It seems like it's longer than it is. You know, and it might have been within. So I have a hard time remembering exactly, but about a year. About a year.
Yeah. Do you with your first pro board and any of your pro boards, are you ever savvy to how many were getting made, knowing how big the runs were or anything like that? I mean, I've asked a few people, but no one seems to really know.
I did. Because in the early 90s, there was nothing.
Yeah.
I think they did 2 colors of my first board. I think there was 150 of each of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's mad, isn't it, when you think back, and that's worldwide.
And now it's back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even that seems a lot for now. Fuck. It's mad, isn't it, how it's gone full circle.
Like, dude, you know what? This is what was so crazy about that time. I didn't work for it.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to be a street skater in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And, like, I had, like, one little photo in a magazine and, like, one little quarter-page Think ad before I turned pro. And then, because Think was part of Thrasher, basically, it's like, okay, we're going to turn you pro. Then it was like, you have to shoot photos. And I'm like, okay, you know, and then it was like, ad. But I really didn't do shit, you know, like, it was just like they needed pros at that time that were young and skated street. So, a lot different than now.
Yeah.
You know.
Looking too right. With Think, when you left, was that like your decision? You were just over it, or?
I was over it.
Yeah. Any particular reason? Just.
I started to grow up, and I started realizing, like, before, you know, when people sponsor, you're young and you're getting sponsored, you don't really care who it is.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, just can't believe someone's giving you shit or whatever. What I mean, and then you get to, like, after I turned pro, it kind of changed the way I thought about things, and the guys like Greg and Keith that ran Think were getting all into raving and shit, and like it started to show in like the shit, and
yeah, I remember seeing the ads,
and then they put on Josh Swindell, and
right,
it just wasn't vibing with me, and I was super into punk rock and shit like that, and like there was no money in skateboarding, you know what I mean? So I got board royalties, and I was just kind of like, basically had the opportunity to go to SMA, and because that's when all the guys left to go to Consolidated, and I was like, like NHS was my favorite, you know what I mean? I would get a little paycheck, and it's not all ravey, you know, and it's like more my style, you know, and
Jason Adams, the rave god. Imagine if you just went with it, like what you'd be looking like sitting here right now, like.
Yeah, I just wasn't. I remember going to the skate shop and there was a rave flyer. I don't know why it was there, and Think was the sponsor, and I was like, "This is fucking lame." And when you're 18 years old, you're just all idealistic you just want what you think's cool. You know what I mean? And,
so did you turn pro around 18?
Yeah, I was 18.
Yeah. Fucking hell, that's rare now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, UK wise, turning pro at 18.
Well, you know what's funny is during that time I was kind of late.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because during the time of like Guy Mariano's and like Danny Way, 16, 15.
Yeah.
Mike Carroll, like 14.
Pro at 18, retired at 21.
Yeah.
It was like, it was fast turnaround.
Yeah. Russ Pope put me on. Russ Pope was hired to be the brand manager for the new SMA.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one that put me on. And then he came to me one day and was like, I want to start a brand that is more like he wanted to do something kind of like a Black Label, or like I think maybe Anti-Hero had just started around that time. I don't remember. but he was like wanted to do something. He wanted to have more creative control and like have more of a vibe.
Something a bit more rough around the edges.
Yeah. So he did Creature.
Yeah.
And he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said yes, because I just jived with Russ. Me and Russ were just like two peas in a pod. And so, yeah, and it was through NHS. It wasn't really like I was really changing much. You know? But, so I went and did Creature.
Nice.
Until I went there one day, and he was like, I'm quitting today, and I'm starting my own company.
Which was
Scarecrow. Yeah.
I always liked Scarecrow because it was real kind of like the underdog brand.
Totally.
But that kind of was that vibe still, you know, the Creature.
And that's what I was all into,
Yeah.
you know, when I was that age. Like, I idolized Julian Stranger at that time, you know, like, I love the idea of just like the underdog, like, behind the shadows, like, you know, mysterious, like, you know, I was a big Julian Stranger fan.
Yeah.
You know, and,
I don't even know if we got Scarecrow over here. I don't even think anyone distroed it or anything, but yeah.
you have to, because Foz whenever I talk to Foz, he goes on and on about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good brand.
It looked like it had a nice aesthetic to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the creepy crew. That's what it was.
Yeah, he
like,
basically just went and did Creature on his own.
Yeah.
You know.
And got all the freaks involved.
Yeah, totally.
So you one of the first or one of the first people on Creature when he started that, and then who else was on Creature
Barker
shortly
Barrett.
around that time?
It was me and Barker Barrett were the two pros.
Yeah.
I love Barker.
And Darren Navarrete, which we had already started flowing through SMA.
Yeah.
The vertical vampire.
That's why he's the vertical vampire from his first ad.
What a dude, yeah.
And then there was a guy, Dorian Tucker.
Yeah.
My friend Eddie, Crazy Eddie.
Crazy Eddie Lemeth.
We all know Crazy Eddie. Me and Sean know Crazy Eddie and we know Crazy Eddie that only does slappies up hills because he likes to torture himself.
Well, my friend Crazy Eddie liked to torture himself too.
And then there's also, what was it like?
That's why they're Crazy Eddie.
There's like 3 Hat Johnny or something as well.
Was this when we started making up alias skateboards?
Yeah, we were talking about how we wonder if we could make a brand in today's market with fake pros, but just market them like they're real. So one of them was going to be like Crazy Eddie that only does slappies uphill. There was like Bin Bag Mike or something as well.
There was something like that, yeah.
It was just, we were just geeking out and just chatting absolute shit.
Can we just talk about Barker Barrett for a second? So the slappy front feebles, like that trick, the way he did that.
I think he's probably that was his trick.
Fuck, he ground them so good, didn't he? Can you do slappy front feebles?
I've done them, but I couldn't.
I can't get my head around it. There's something, it's like a mental block of...
It's hard to come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get into it. I mean, I can't do it, but
and here's the weird thing. The only time I've done them is on one-sided curbs.
Right.
For some reason, like not on a double-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be easier on...
It should be, but
yeah.
I don't know.
We'll go and learn.
I'm kind of backwards about everything.
Yeah, we'll go and learn them in a bit. Yeah, Barker Barrett's fucking rad.
Such a good skateboarder.
Still good.
Yeah.
Is it?
Very,
do you see
Still
it?
skates. Yeah.
Oh,
He skates a lot of curbs now, doesn't he?
He skates Rockridge and Oakland all the time.
Is that the spot that's like under the? There's like a
Yeah.
curb spot under the bridge,
Yeah.
isn't there? That
Yeah.
a load of like the guys that ride for there
Yeah.
all skate at.
Yeah,
as well,
the whole Oakland. That's Oakland guys. Yeah.
He does those really cool edits with all the like
He does.
crazy stuff over the
Yeah,
top.
yeah. That dude's a genius.
What's his Instagram? Is it Merciful Skate? Or
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Merciful
the one.
Skate.
What a good Instagram.
Such a good name, isn't it?
So, being on Creature, you said the team, then Navs was coming on as well. Was there ever a discussion like, look, we can't have 2 people wearing fedoras on this team, these trilby hats?
That was way before the fedora.
Oh, damn. I had that question in my mind the whole time.
you know what's funny, right?
I was like, I love these 2 skateboarders and they both wear these hats.
When we were waiting for you to come out of the airport, right? Forde's there all giddy. And there was so many people coming out wearing fedoras, and he's like, "Is that him? Is that?" He's like, I don't think he wears them anymore. He was just, "Is that him? Is that him?" I was like, "No."
I retired the fedora a long time ago.
There's a reason I wore one was because of you and the Navs. So I bought a Brixton one that had a little feather on it, and I was like, "What am I doing? I can't wear this."
So, Creature, Scarecrow. How long did Scarecrow last? And how was that?
Scarecrow was great. I mean, Russ was just a good friend of mine, you know, and he does his own brand, transportation unit.
Right.
Oh, the transportation unit.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, we
To you.
Tim in the office over there, that coffin dweller. His shop in Leicester, I think we were the only people that stocked it in the UK transportation unit at the time, and then I think the Friendship as well. When that came out, because we paid so much to get it in because it was just so expensive, and then we was like, wow, this isn't financially viable.
Yeah, it's
like,
yeah, there's a lot of brands like that. It
just doesn't make
not
sense.
worth doing it.
And I think I only knew of transportation unit and the Friendship because of John Benton. Like, because I've known him
stuff from
for a long time. So yeah, I think that's how I know about that. But yeah, the how many Scarecrow videos? Was there 2 Scarecrow videos? There was like Scarecrow the movie.
There was Scarecrow the movie, then there was the wheel video.
Yeah.
Disturb not the sleep of death.
Yeah, and the and the front cover's the graveyard, isn't it? Is that the
Yeah. Yep.
They're good videos.
And then with everyone's name on
the tombstones.
Yeah.
I think you've got last part in both of them.
They were horrible videos.
Oh, watching
remember-
them now
But they're
is like-
great at the same time.
Struggling to watch them, but at the same time being kind of like, what is this? This is rad. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the Wheels one was a lot better than the movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
But both of them were better than the Creature video.
With the I Was a Teenage Skateboarder.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Did you have any input on the video stuff other than just filming and getting your tricks? Or
Yeah, I did actually, but we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like so. There was no professional filmers, you know what I mean? It was like Russ with a camera that he didn't really know how to use, you know.
fisheye duct tape onto the front of it.
Just, it was just. I mean, it was great. It was fun, you know. But I mean, compared to the way things roll now, there was no planning. There was no thinking. It was just
Go skate.
go drink all night, wake up, go skate, film whatever. You know, it was just like, just film it. It was just like whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Which is quite interesting because when we were talking, when we picked you up, that's kind of like just what you like doing now. Is like just go filming, not like setting it up too much, making it too like polished setup, just pulling out a camera and going filming. So it's like that.
Kind of going back to basics,
It's like
isn't it?
those
It's-
crew vibes, yeah. It's like skating with the crew.
But going back to what originally interested you in skating, it's just a skateboard and go skating.
exactly.
And just keep it real simple.
I mean, I appreciate all like the arty, like high end filming and all that. There's a place for it, but I just like dirty, nitty gritty, like
Shit on the lens.
because that's just the kind of like the skateboarding I like. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like when the Anti-Hero started making videos, it was fucking genius.
Yeah, that fucktards video and stuff, and the
It's
cow video,
just absolutely
really good.
like,
Really
you know,
good.
like so good when it to represent who they were, you know.
Yeah.
So not only do I not like to deal with the big production, but I just don't think it really suits my skating. Which I feel weird saying my skating, but you know, you get what I'm saying? It's just like,
But around that time, there was all those kind of like really highly produced videos, the Bones stuff, Santa Cruz videos. So around that time, things started getting a bit rawer.
yeah.
Money was not there, so people who were skating at that point.
Well, because it went from films, like basically making skateboard films, to then everyone had access to a home video camera, and it changed the game, you know.
Yeah.
And then it took a while for the skaters to get a hold of that and make it art, rather than just pointing, you know, and really get it down, you know.
Yeah.
I remember getting my first fisheye and like literally, you know, duct taping it on the end of the shit.
Yeah, it didn't fit properly.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, sick. This looks like the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't even that
Yeah.
wide or
I
anything.
remember I
You
bought
just did
like,
it.
NHS bought me a camera that we didn't know how to use. But we just went out and used it.
Yeah.
That's how we made the videos. It'd be like Crazy Eddie pointing it at me, my friend Jai pointing it at me,
Crazy
Tim
Eddie.
pointing it at me, you know.
Yeah.
There was no like, it was just kind of like fucking the Wild West, you know. It was like
Yeah, it wasn't
anything
like going-
goes.
It wasn't going out planning or setting anything up. It was just
There was no trick list.
put the fisheye on and just skate around the skate around the
It
city.
was just going out skating and whatever happened.
When you were filming for those parts, what was the time frame filming for those parts? Because now people film parts for like 2, 3, 4 years.
So the Creature video, for instance, we went on a road trip.
Yeah.
And then I think I might have filmed a few things at home after the road trip, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it was like a month, you know? And then like the SMA, we did a couple videos for SMA. It was just a few months, you know, I wasn't on SMA that long, and we did 2 SMA videos and then like a Strange Notes video.
Yeah.
Within a year, you know? So
Yeah.
it was just, and it wasn't like when you're home skating, you're like working on at least for me, it was, we go on road trips and film.
Yeah.
And whatever came out of it is there you go.
Which is incredible now, isn't it? Because like, I mean, I would have said it a bunch of times, and like to Twiggy as well. It's like, oh, we've only got 2 years left on the video. It's such a big rush. But it's like all of those videos that I enjoy watching, it was like a couple of months period, if that. And some of the parts in that, you can tell that it's just filmed over 2 weekends because of the clothes.
Some of that old shit was one day.
Yeah. I know a lot of the old Powell videos was like 1 or 2 days at the beach. That was it. I think Don Brown said the same thing. It was like,
I know we talked about this loads of times, but like the work that goes into what essentially is 2 seconds of video in a project is fucking mental. Are there any other kind of sports or activities where that much goes? It's like, it's almost like it attracts complete psychos that are like,
it does attract psychos.
Yeah. I want to destroy myself trying to get
for 2 seconds.
1.5 seconds of this. It's fucking mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Absolutely. It is insanity.
It is insanity.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel real until self-hatred creeps in the process and the total frustration.
Yeah.
Even the last video part I made, it was hard.
Yeah.
It's fucking rad.
Just to do old man tricks. It was
that part is rad.
It sort of gave hope to anyone who's like nearing that milestone of 50. Is like, look, you can still do it. You know,
it was hard.
I mean, we all got incredibly stoked on that new video part.
Like,
we all sat around in the nude watching it with popcorn, didn't we?
In our Jason Adams shrine.
Yeah.
We got it all there. But no, I mean, you know, it's it was a rad part. You know, Tim did a good job on that, filming that as well. Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real fun part.
Yeah.
And for it to all be on a GoPro as well is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Has he got like, how long's his stick that he uses? Can he be like over there and he's like this and he's just got this? Because I see some
Jason Adams, how long was his stick when he was filming that?
Because I see some people with GoPros and they're like, Tim's outside. He can be back home and still be filming.
He messaged me the other day with a link to some even longer stick. I was like, how
far do you need to be?
I don't know. It's not that big. It's like this long.
That's what she said.
He just goes like this.
It's mad.
Yeah.
But I've got the same GoPro and I've never managed to get anything good out of it because the software that you have to...
It's using those little screens, but they connect to your phone now.
But it's still... I never... But
you know what? The thing is it's... When it comes to using those 360 GoPros or whatever they're called, it's the capturing it after. Yeah.
That was the problem.
Because like you could film anything and grab it. But then it's like, it's funny because you get it something with him and he just instantly goes and downloads it on his phone and you see him over there.
Yeah.
Doing this shit. And you're like, and at first I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing all the
I couldn't even get it. I couldn't even comprehend how it even worked.
Yeah.
I watched him on his phone and he was like, just here, do a keyframe.
Yeah,
there,
you keyframe
zoom
the
out
rotation,
there.
so it's,
it's like,
I mean, you can get good, obviously you can get good, good clips out of it.
But using his yesterday, it does, I can see the fun appeal to it, just being like, bang, like, even the sound's good on them now. The sound on GoPros for a long time, it sounded always underwater, really. Yeah. Hang on a minute, we need to talk about sponsoring this episode of The Brain Drain Show. Toby, take it away.
Today's episode is sponsored by You.
You is a supernatural, delicious sparkling water with full fruit flavour. 0 sugar, 0 sweetener, no calories, and nothing artificial. The brand is built on a radical simplicity. Sparkling water, fruit extract, and nothing else.
You is a great way to stay hydrated during the session. Comes in 3 different flavors. Crispy apple, my favorite here. Zesty lemon and pink rhubarb. All with 0 sugar, 0 sweetener, 0 calories and nothing artificial.
Toby, let's crack one of these bad bitches open and get back to the show right now.
ASMR. So, Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we get up to with that? So, Pro Board out on Scarecrow. How many did you have out on there? I kind of remember it being quite short-lived, Scarecrow.
It was kind of short-lived. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 boards, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. He ended up getting into like a money bind, and then he had to sell to Jim Gray, because that's where we were getting the wood made from.
Was that ABC wood
Yeah.
shop back then, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, didn't he? This year.
I believe he did.
Yeah, the grey slide.
But so we went to there, and then it lost what was cool, like, because it was out of San Luis Obispo, which is the town he's from. So after he quit Creature, he went and moved back to San Luis Obispo and started Scarecrow, and it was just rad. It was in this old house. We called it the Haunted House because it was haunted house distribution, and it was Russ's little thing, and it was this really underground, cool, do-it-yourself. And you know who else worked for him is Ben Horton.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Horton did all the
Rad-ized.
graphics,
Yeah.
and did sales. Sales during the day, graphics at night. He's amazing. But then when he went to there, I was just kind of like, it just lost what.
So he owed money to Jim Gray or something. And
He had an accountant. They fucked up,
Right. Okay. So Jim.
and then he ended up
acquired it.
owing a ton of money,
Right.
which probably wasn't that much, but it was a tiny little skateboard company. You know?
Yeah.
So I think he just kind of freaked out and just wanted to wash his hands of it, and so when he did that, I don't know, I just
Lost its appeal.
it lost its appeal for me. And at that time I wanted to, because I was with Russ, which was great, and it was a small little company, but all my friends still rode for NHS. And I was like, I want to get in the van with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that same time, Simon Woodstock hit me up and was like, you got to ride for Sonic. And right at that time, NHS started to distribute Sonic. So I was like, well, it's just like riding for NHS, and I could just get in the van with my friends, and that's all I really want to do, you know? But it really wasn't how the deal was.
Right.
It was like kind of like the stepchild of NHS, because they didn't own it, you know? So it's it's just like a little whatever. It just wasn't cool, you know. It just didn't work out, and then I just ended up like, I didn't have any I just left, just like I just was not stoked on it. And I love the O'Brien brothers who owned it, because I grew up, you know, looking up to Corey O'Brien and Gavin as well. But I just wasn't vibing with it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have anything for a while, and that's when I thought it was over. I'm like, oh, it's over. I'm old anyways.
How old were you at that point?
21?
No, I was like just before I turned 25, I think.
And you were like,
24,
that's it,
25.
done.
I thought I was done.
I've had a good run.
Yeah, I've had a
7
good
years.
run. And then I was down in Huntington Beach, because I rode for Vans at the time, and I was down there. Pretty much everything I did was through Vans, because they were always doing stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was down staying at Scott Sismus, the team manager's house, and he was like, why don't you ride for the label?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. And
Had you met Sarah at the time when...
I'd known him, because we always ended up at the same bar at every skateboarding event, you know what I mean? I became friends with all the people that like to go to the same bar, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I'd known him a little bit, you know. I'd always loved Black Label. It was like one of my favorite fucking companies ever since it's like, even Lucero too. Like, I love Lucero. And then he just called me, and he was just like, came over to Scott's and gave me some boards, and I was just like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'm old, I'm done. I'm going out on Black Label. I'm gonna go out on my favorite skateboard company that's been around since it's been around. Because in the early '90s, I loved Black Label, Alien Workshop.
Yeah.
That was like what I loved, you know.
Imagine if you'd gone a different route and been on Alien Workshop.
Well, I'd
imagine that.
Yeah, but you know what? I would never fit in on Alien Workshop.
Yeah.
I loved it, but you know, you got to get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
how did the phone call with Lucero actually
He just
go?
came over. He just came over and gave me a bunch of boards.
Oh, he came to your house?
No, I was in Huntington Beach at
of
Sismus's house, and John lived in Huntington Beach, and then he just came over and he brought me like 20 boards. He was doing this clothing brand called Mandalone at the time. He brought me all this swanky, cool barware, and I was just like, I'm just down. I'm like, I don't even care about the money. I don't even care. This is just gonna be fucking cool.
Was Black Label in Giant at that point?
No.
So this is pre-Giant.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And who was on the team at that point?
Gagne, Upson, Sieber, Hendricks, Hensley had just gotten on. I think Svitak got on right after I did, and then Mike V got on right after I did. And I know I'm forgetting people, but that was the core of it.
Yeah.
At the time.
I think the call for me would have to go, do you want to be on label? Is Hensley still on? Because there's your fucking answer.
Well, that was it. I mean, I love label no matter what, but it was a bonus. And then when Mike V got on, that was even a bigger bonus.
Yeah. And was he would have been on Powell before that and went to
I
label?
don't know what the hell he was doing. No, he was doing his own thing. Transit.
Yeah.
I think he was doing Transit.
Go on about that one.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what like he just ended. It sounded like he ended up in the same boat as me. Like, I don't have a lot of options right now. And so he came on the team, but he came on the team, but also as a team manager because no one was really getting paid much.
Yeah.
You know, but he needed more money. So John's like, how about, you know, he was like the team manager.
Yeah.
And which.
How did like Black Label go from that kind of, you know, I guess in a similar sort of size to it is now from looking from the outside, but how did it get involved in Giant distribution? Because at that point it seemed to be
just
fucking
exploded,
huge. And
yeah.
like what was the process there? Was it
because John owed Schmidt a lot of money?
Right. Okay.
And then John went to him and was like kind of like what Russ did, is like, you know what, I owe you a shit ton of money. I'll sell, you know, I'll work something out with you. And Schmidt was a good dude and was like, I don't want to take your company. We'll distribute your shit, and you know, we'll just work out a deal, and you can keep ownership. So that's what happened.
Big up Schmidt.
Because it kind of that's rad.
Yeah.
It, you know, from the outside, it was like a real, almost like it suddenly ramped up again, and and it was like
it was huge.
But that must have been like good timing for you guys and that whole new team, and then obviously not good for Lucero with that situation. But it kind of
no, it was a good situation for him because he paid off his debt really quick.
Yeah,
you know, and it was just like luck.
Yeah,
like the right place at the right time, and you know, one of those like serendipitous moments.
Yeah,
because when I got on label, I didn't expect anything.
Yeah.
I expected it to be downhill from there, and
then suddenly it's in Giant, and
it's at Giant, and then it started doing better, and then Label Kills comes out, and then that's really when it.
Yeah, that
best video.
Yeah,
that is my favorite
it's
video.
Really
by
stood
the label,
the test of time. That, but like going from that's kind of what I was asking about your first pro board on Think, doing the a couple of runs of 150. Like when Label was in Giant. Fucking hell! I mean, it must have been selling thousands of boards. Like skating was really popping off at that point.
For the time, you know what I mean. Like, I would actually get checks where it would be more than your guarantee. Which was like I never saw that before.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it was bonkers. And I'm not talking about a shit ton of money. Not like 80s. You're getting $10,000 a month checks or $20,000 a month checks, but it was like. It was just cool to be a part of something still kind of in the underground, but like actually getting a taste of like being part of a big brand. You know, it was like a whole new world. It was like, I felt like with Black Label, when all that shit hit, that's when I turned pro.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I felt like, oh, we're kind of legit now. I was just always like...
Everything else before was the war.
It was kind of like on the fringe. It was always
Yeah,
on the fringe, you know? Which we still... Black Label is always on the fringe. And it's always the underdog, no matter how many boards they sell. It's like, it's all the rejects and the derelicts and, you know,
The freaks.
the unwanted.
Yeah.
Which
But did you find then at that point, like when like the video came out, were you starting to get approached by like other sponsors, and it sort of, you know, because your profile was then there with those guys? And
after the video came out and then it kind of hit,
Yeah.
it takes a while for that kind of shit to kick in.
Yeah.
Then for the first time in my life, I was getting hit up.
Rad.
So like,
Any shit sponsors? Any like fucking ridiculous, you know, like food sponsors or nothing like that?
no,
I always like, I don't know if it was true, but Omar got Forde.
yeah,
Didn't he? That's a good one.
yeah.
Isn't it?
I thought I was gonna get something like that
Oh, imagine that. That would have been
because
rad.
I think it was Pontiac
Mm.
was gonna bring back some muscle car and it was like a vintage thing. So they hit up Transworld because you know every weird brand advertised in Transworld, and
Yeah.
whoever the sales guy at the time, Jamie, I think it was Jamie, was like, "You're the guy for it,"
Yeah.
you know. And I was like, "Fuck yeah," you know what I mean? Like, but no, it never happened.
Oh,
It
that's a
never went
shame.
through.
I wonder
that would
what.
have been good.
I wonder.
I was always pretty picky about
Yeah.
my sponsors,
Right.
Yeah.
and always kind of knew my place,
Mm.
and knew that some fucking weird sponsors wouldn't, even though you might get a paycheck, it wouldn't do me justice in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had no desire to do it anyways. Like, I never was money motivated until I knew I was having a kid.
Right. And
That's
changed
what
things.
snapped me into shape, you know. And
Like, as soon as you knew you were gonna be a dad,
yeah,
did your mentality just be
completely,
like, right?
completely. But it came at the time where I was trying to get my act together already, because I was already on Black Label. I knew we were doing this video. I knew it was probably my last chance, or it was the only way I could keep it going.
Mm.
So, and I had already been trying to clean up my act, because I'd fucking partied like a rock star, basically, you know. No drugs or anything like that. We just like to drink and, you know. But I really was trying to clean up my act, and I was. But once I found out about becoming a dad, there was no struggle.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was just like focus.
Let's get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was all, the timing was all perfect.
Nice.
So,
And that's the thing, if you're just going to skate if you make money or not. So any money coming in is good.
yeah.
Like, of course it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so what year was it when you first got on the label?
97?
Mm-hmm.
Summer of 97.
It's my favourite year because that's
when.
when Kane debuted in the WWF.
Fuck's sake. And how long was that run on Black Label? Obviously, you know,
That's been a funny one.
Yeah.
The first run was like 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did that end? Because, you know, obviously it was within Giant, and from the outside, like I said, things looked like it was really doing it.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with Giant in the end? It just...
I left before they left Giant, I believe.
Yeah.
Giant was going to sell.
Right.
And that's a whole nother story that I'm not going to get into. But
Okay.
some shady skateboard shit. But yeah, so that ran for a long time, and I thought that was going to be like
The home.
the home, my
Yeah.
future job, everything.
Mm.
And actually, like, if you want to go back and get all the information of like what was going on during that time,
All
Yeah,
of
go
it.
on. Let's hear
Fucking
it.
all of it, Mr. Adams.
this is a little later. This is like, so at the time, brand new dad.
Mm.
My wife at the time worked.
Mm.
She hated her job. She had to commute a long way. I was making okay money, but I wasn't making enough money to like support a family.
Mm-hmm.
So the video came out. Like I just said, it takes a while for things to kind of like happen after it.
Yeah.
Get that traction.
So I was just kind of like, you know, being a young father, just wanting to be a man and take care of my family. You know what I mean? I hit up John. I go, I need a job. And he was like, come down.
Nice.
So we moved down to Huntington Beach, and I started working at Black Label. And technically my title was Revolution brand manager because he started the wheel company at the time.
Wheels, yeah.
But I kind of just did whatever. Like a lot of times if the guys were in town, I just went, whatever. I didn't really feel like a job. You know what I mean? I mean, I was there every day, but just kind of did whatever. I feel like it was a lot more of me just talking with John about things than really like being a brand manager. But
John's personal assistant.
Or just like, I almost felt like a sounding board, you know, but that was great. You know what I mean? But after moving down there and being down in the center of everything, so like being there and being at Black Label, I mean, it was just, everything was just, and like 4-in-1 was right here. The wood shop was right here. You know, Destructo was right. Everything was just like right there. Giant was right here. But things started happening after I moved down there. That's when I started getting the calls or getting the opportunities to where it's like, you know, at Vans, after the video hit and I started like feeling like I felt something was changing. Like I was basically told like, where you're at, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Like you had your chance with the whole Pro Series thing or whatever. I don't know what it was, but that at the same time, that was around the time where Rally and the Flip guys came and kind of took the reins at Vans, you know what I mean? And so I just kind of put the word out, and then I just ended up getting like calls back for shoes and whatnot, clothing, you know, all everything, which was pretty wild.
What were the shoe brands that
I ended up with Duffs.
Yeah. Hensley again was involved there, wasn't he? So
who was
Hensley? And he had
and that's why.
Yeah,
that was my only reason for wanting to, and knowing like, also knowing the industry enough at the time and my position in it, like it would be better for me to be somewhere where I would be valued and be one of the main dudes rather than like begging to be on something.
Yeah.
You know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I felt like there was more opportunity than trying to get on something like Cool or whatever. And it was great riding for Duffs.
Yeah.
For as long as it, whatever, I don't even remember how long it lasted, but yeah, shit just started happening. And
did you get a shoe on Duffs?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Had a few of them.
It was like the vulcanized sole one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first one was.
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of had a rubber toe and
yeah.
Stuff started happening, and then I didn't need to work. And I was like, fuck, now like skateboarding was booming and I wanted to live it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I want to go live it like I never lived it.
And you were in the epicenter at that time. It was all happening there, wasn't it?
There was a lot happening there, but I didn't last down there that long because when I left San Jose was fucking going off with Tilt Mode Army and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. I want to get onto the Tilt Mode.
So,
that's a good crew.
So even though it's the epicenter or pretty much the center of skateboarding, it wasn't home, and there's not like there's tons of skaters, but there's no scene. You get what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people from all over the world doing their thing to do their, but in San Jose, there's like this tight little crew. There's like, and something's happening every fucking day. You can go out and film, and there's shit going on every day.
Yeah, I was thinking this morning, actually. I just remember that, I suddenly remembered it, the 4-on-1, where was it like a weekend or something in San Jose, and it's all you guys having the barbecue outside and something?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What? Oh, fucking, it just looked like that crew, and that's early 90s, that, and it's just like, that looks fucking rad.
Yeah, it was just a really, because San Jose is a huge city, but it's more like it's kind of I don't know how to describe that town. It's a strange town, but.
So did you just like, fuck this, I'm going back?
After a year and a half, fuck this, I'm going back.
Yeah. But still working for label?
No, I wasn't even working, because I had I went to him and was like, I'll still be the team manager for Revolution. I only want this much money, which was like nothing, but I just was like, I just want to go skate.
Yeah.
Because now all this opportunity is happening, and I just want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So we ended up moving back, and I was still a Revolution team manager, but for a little while. But around that time too, we started making 6-gun stuff. So I was doing 6-gun, and I was getting paid to do that, and a little bit to be the Revolution team manager. So I could do that from home.
Yeah.
You know, but I just wasn't like paid to be the brand manager for Revolution in the office. You know.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of what we were saying the other day. You know, with sponsorship, is like you get a bit of money from a few different things.
Yeah,
and
it all adds
and
up.
it all adds
Yeah.
up, and then before you know it, it's like, gosh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's kind of way to do it.
You were saying your wife at the time disliked her job because she was travelling and stuff. So was skating paying just well enough at that time where she didn't have to
She didn't
do
have
that?
to work.
That's amazing.
So when we went, that's why I moved down to Huntington Beach, so she didn't have to work.
Yeah.
And I can make enough money, you know, between the skateboarding checks and the job, you know, I made okay, like pretty good, like whatever. I made enough to live, you know, no worries type thing, you know. Could pay rent and pay our bills and not have to worry about stuff. It was enough. And then when we moved back to San Jose, she didn't have to work until the whole crash of 08 or whatever.
2008.
Yeah.
And how did that all go down? And was it pretty quick?
Yeah, it was super quick.
Yeah. Fuck,
3 months.
Fuck.
I ended up in rehab, put it that way.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it took 10, 13 years or whatever, but in hindsight, I thought I was handling it well, or at the time I thought it was handling it well, but in hindsight, I was just fucking losing my mind, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, in hindsight, it was pretty wild. Yeah. Especially like when you're a dude and you end up having at that point I had 2 kids. I owned a house. I was married. I was like, fucking, wow, I actually did something. You know, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
you
it, like,
kind of achieved stuff.
all goes away. Me and my wife split up at the time. You know, it was like, in hindsight, it was all like ego and pride, you know, and the fact that I just graduated high school and turned pro and didn't know anything else really.
Yeah.
And just always figured I'd work in skateboarding, but skateboarding was dead, you know. So.
Yeah.
And I was back in San Jose, and that pretty much means you work at NHS.
Yeah.
Or not. So there just wasn't a lot of options.
So what did you do?
Ended up getting back with my wife. She got a regular job, and I just hustled.
Yeah.
I just hustled art, and I always had a little bit of skateboard money coming in. Like not too long after that, I ended up on Elephant, and now we're kind of jumping forward.
Yeah.
But
That's fine.
So I always had a little bit of money coming in.
Yeah.
So I'd always be like, okay, I have this much money coming in. Now I need to hustle this much money
To bring it up.
so me and my wife could come in half 50-50, you know, which I rarely did. She always made consistent money, you know what I mean? But I always did my best. But I was also kind of like stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
You know, I just picked up the slack where she was at work all the time. So
Yeah.
it just kind of worked.
Yeah.
Because whenever I would think about getting a job, I'd be like, well, I'm making money, and it would really complicate it if with the kids and things like that. If it just seemed like it worked out better.
Yeah. I mean, we have this discussion with me and Ed. You know, like if you got 2 young kids, and it's like if you put them in childcare, that costs money.
That's like that would be like one of our jobs.
That's what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's like you have to have that thing where you're like, you know, is it worth that because it costs that
It
much?
wasn't worth it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was nothing I really like could do or wanted to do, you know.
Yeah.
But through that time, and then I would get these gigs off and on. It would be like Elephant, and then I ended up getting this gig with PF Flyers, which was ridiculous. I got paid like to be like a brand ambassador or whatever, and then I got hired on to be like part of this clothing company startup. So I always kind of had these random things that would kind of come in.
Was that Iron Fist?
No, well, I forgot about Iron Fist.
Yeah, me and Ed, we worked for Iron Fist over here. We did sales for
Did
Iron
you?
Fist. Yeah.
I forgot about. I tried to forget about that.
I mean, I made a lot of money from that. I wish I'd saved it, but
Yeah.
fuck.
Forgot about the Iron Fist. Yeah, so there was stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then through Iron Fist, we're going to do this thing called Dead Boy.
Yeah.
And that never happened. And it just, so I had these weird little gigs here and there, and some of them were really good, you know, and some of, you know, I just kind of just got by.
Yeah.
We just talked about, I sold my old skateboards, for, you know, whenever I needed some money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why on my Instagram it just says Suburban Hustler, because that's what I've been doing, you know, up until now I house paint quite a bit. But yeah.
Do you want to talk about tilt mode?
I just want to.
We're still at phase 1 of the label.
I want every phase.
Well, we'll get around to it, but obviously leaving Black Label the first time, and then Enjoi. How did that all kind of?
San Jose.
Yeah, that link, because it's
because they're quite heavy there, weren't they?
Oh, so what year was that? I'm trying to, because I know it sort of changed. You had what's the guy? Matt Eversole.
Matt Eversole. Yeah.
So he was the brand manager or something, wasn't he? Was it?
Yeah.
Around that time that, and then Louis took it on after that, didn't he? For a bit?
After Matt did finally leave. Yeah. And Louis took it over.
So how did that all come about? Just because you San Jose, that's your crew. And
I've known Matt since we were teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just looking to do something new. In hindsight, I was kind of being a little bitch, to be honest.
In what way? Don't hold back, Jason. Tell us everything.
Well, there's a lot of factors in it. I love John Lucerom. It's hard. Like I looked up to John so much, being from a young kid, and then even working with him and whatever. He was like up on a pedestal, you know what I mean? And I was extremely involved with everything with Black Label. Yeah. You know, like I wasn't the team manager, but if we were on the road, I was the team manager.
It,
He was, you
know what
there.
I mean? Like, and I was fine with it. I was like the team captain, so to speak, you know, and then things started to slow down a little bit. And at the same time, at this point, like I went off of doing label kills and then to Blackout. And then I just kind of was like, I needed something new. I was looking for inspiration mostly. But around that same time, they had to do all these budget cuts and things like that. And then I got cut just like everyone else. And I was being a little bitch and thought that I didn't deserve to get cut, you know, as much as everyone else, because I'm way more involved. And I'm like, kind of have to pick up the slack out on the road a lot of times, which it was fine with it, but I was being a little bitch. But I was also the breadwinner. Yeah. And also, I don't give a shit about money, but when you have a family to support, things are about money.
Yeah,
changes.
So for them, it's about money. For me, I don't today, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of it was I was looking for something new, because we all know like the reputation of brands like Black Label. Like I would go on trips like this or whatever, and people would show up like, let's drink whiskey and get fucking crazy, and like, we'll take you to the fucking deepest fucking concrete hole in the ground. And I'm like, you guys don't even like, I'm just a fucking street skater from San Jose. You know what I mean? I'm not, dude, this one guy called me cop killer Adam. Like, it was just weird. I wanted to do something different. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was looking for inspiration to keep going, because I'd been going for a long time already, and it's not easy to be a parent and to be a pro skater, for one.
Yeah.
And to stay, and it just, I needed some change, you know. And I loved Enjoi. I thought it would be shocking. I thought it made sense to me, because to me, like, Enjoi was punk rock as fuck. You know,
it was another Outcast thing. It was another weirdos.
And it made total sense, you being on it.
It made sense to me.
You know, it was just,
and it's like the even though it wasn't based in San Jose, it was ran out of San Jose, and the core of it was in San Jose. And I was out like when I was working on like the last Black Label, when I was working on both Black Label parts, I was with all those dudes. I filmed with Matt Evs and Chris Avery. And so, and another thing was I knew they were making that fucking video.
Yeah.
And I'm all, I want in on this fucking video because I knew that video was going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And so it was like a lot of factors all at once. Me being a little bitch, me needing some motivation and some inspiration, my frustrations with John, even though he's one of my best friends to this day. So it's like it was bad communication on both our parts. But no ill will. Like he didn't do anything wrong or didn't burn me at all or nothing like that. If anything, I burned him. You know. But yeah, that was that.
So going on to Enjoi, were you able then to get more money and have that kind of look after the family still at that point, or I can't remember.
You know what? It really wasn't. It
like,
really wasn't about the money thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I just said it wasn't about the money thing. More about it, I didn't like the way the cuts went, and I didn't like the way John handled it, and I didn't even ask for money when I went to Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, he just said, "Oh, we can pay you this," and I'm like, "Fucking awesome."
Yeah.
You know, it really wasn't a factor. I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You know, but I think the cuts scared me. But I don't really know. It's been a long time. You know,
Yeah.
there was a lot, and during that time, looking back, I was out of my fucking mind. Like
in what respect? Like how? What? Like drinking a lot? And...
No, I wasn't drinking a lot then. If I went on tour and shit like that, I drank with everyone else. You know what I mean? But it was just normal shit. You know, it wasn't like I wasn't drinking to as a crutch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I guess I was. I've always drank as a crutch for social situations and things like that. But no, just being responsible with skateboarding.
Right.
And also always having, to this day, I suffer from imposter syndrome and never ever thought I fucking deserved anything. Never thought I was good enough. And just having that pressure of, I have a mortgage and I have the bills and I have this and I have that. And if I'm not out doing it and thinking like I'm doing a good job, it just fucking racked I was losing it. I was stressed a lot. You know what I mean? And so I just wasn't really thinking straight. I was trying to make moves to prolong it, and I was young. I never really I mean, even though I had kids at the time, I was kind of still a victim of arrested development, you know, just because never really had to grow up because you just skateboarded, you know. So there's just a lot of that complicated personality bullshit that is why I love getting older, because it goes away day by day, you know. So yeah, I went to Enjoi and didn't plan. I figured that's where I'd be until the end. It didn't work out that way.
How long was the run there?
I don't even know. 3 years maybe, something like that.
Big bust up, or did you leave on your own terms? Or I can't really remember what.
Well, what happened was Matt Eversole is a badass motherfucker. Was what it is, and he takes no shit from anyone. He loves skateboarding and he loves skateboarders and he wants to support skaters and skateboarding. And he was battling with those dudes at Dwindle every fucking day. And for one, Matt's my friend first and my like brand man or whatever, head of the brand that I was sponsored by second. And he would always tell me all the stuff he has to do and, you know, this and that. And it made me feel bad. Like, you have to deal with all this bullshit for us, for me. But that wasn't what scared me away. It was him getting into battles and always threatening to quit or quitting, you know, and like being like, and I was just kind of over the whole like Matt quitting, then coming back and just using it to get leverage and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
and then we would go on like tour and stuff like that, and everyone loved the idea of Enjoi and the core of Enjoi at the mansion that Louis owns now. Like that was the core of Tilt Mode. That was rad. Everyone was, but when we're out on the road and everything, everyone hated Dwindle. And it was just a weird place to be, because with like Black Label, it was like a bunch of fucking pirates in a van, like all for one, one for all. We're doing this shit for John. We're like in it together. It was like this, we're in it together thing. And everyone, and I wanted to go, like, I felt like I was like in some punk rock band. I'm like, I'm going to go try to do the major label thing. Because Enjoi was highly respected and had top end skateboarders, like that everybody in skateboarding respected. No one gives a fuck about Black Label. And even if they do, they don't really admit it. You know what I mean? Like the fact that Label Kills did so well pissed people in skateboarding off. Like it made them angry. You know what I mean? Because it's like, how are they selling boards? You know, it's like, so I was like, fuck, this is like, to go do something like that is like, you know, I felt like it was like a little like something new, something cool, like a little like you were achieved something, you know. But anyways, I don't know where but they are all these kind of high-end kind of guys, and they're just like complaining about shit all the time, you know. And no one was like, there's not enough money. And I was just like, you guys have it so fucking good, you don't even understand it.
Yeah.
You know, because I had been in this from the early 90s through the little companies, being the underdog, all that kind of shit. And it just felt weird to me. And I just felt like I didn't fit in. I mean, I knew I fit in with the guys and I knew they loved me, but I was like, I am not good enough. I'm the oldest dude on this fucking team. And once again, my fucking head, my psyche was like ruined things for myself, you know? So, but when you're young and dumb, you know, you have to learn the hard way. But that was a great move, because I loved Enjoi. I loved those core dudes. I didn't like the business side of it. I didn't like all the arguing. I didn't like all the battling. And I didn't like the fact that Matt was put in that position. And then the final time that I thought he quit for good. Like I was like, he quit for good. This is it. I'm over it. We had like a team meeting about what everyone was going to do. And my 2 cents was, let's just fucking let it die. Like, let's fucking end this while we're on top. Because we just got like video of the year for Transworld or something. And I'm like, fucking, why beat a dead horse? You know, it's like, because to me, if there was no Matt, it was over. Right after that meeting was like trade show time, and I was driving down to the trade show, and I literally was like driving through LA, and Lucero calls me out of nowhere. He's like, kid, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to San Diego. He's like, stop by, let's go to the bar. I'm like, all right. So I just like, next stop was Orange County, you know, it was just, you know, 50 miles away from where I was at, or 40, whatever. And we ended up going to the bar, and I told him what was going on. He's like, and we're just sitting at the bar drinking. He looks over and he goes, the label.
And that was that.
Fucking John Lucerom.
And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, my name looks right on a Black Label board, you know. Like,
It's also such a...
But I also thought that Matt was gone.
Yeah.
I thought Matt was gone, and if Matt was going to be gone, I didn't want anything to do with it. And kind of like when Russ wasn't running the show anymore, I was like, it kind of lost the luster, you know. And I was just tired of the up and down and whatnot. And but I kind of sabotaged that one for myself too. Should have stuck around probably. You know, maybe not. I don't know.
You live, you learn, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a rare one in skating. Someone like Lucero to, it's like you said, if it ended on good terms, to go back into that, because some people could just be like, you was on it and you left.
Yeah.
But he just paints the image of like Lucero being as rad as you think he is.
He is.
To just be like, you've always got a home at the label.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And that's why Lucero was the GOAT.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time.
Totally.
That was
Absolutely.
good.
not-
I enjoyed those impressions of him. That was good.
The kid.
That's fucking good.
So that was the second wave of the label then.
The second wave.
For you.
And before we get on to that, the Enjoi Skateboards part, incredible.
Well, thank
It's
you.
one of my favourite parts. I mean,
Ditto. One of my
I could
favourite
say
parts
that about
ever.
every part, especially label kills. But that, I don't know, that with that song and what you're doing in that part, it's a stick out part for me in that. And there's a lot of stick out parts in that.
That was a mind fuck, that one. Because once again, it was back to like, dude, these guys are so good. And I had all these ideas for the part and I just couldn't get them done. And I just felt like it finally was just like, I'm done, fuck it, edit it. You know what I mean? I was not stoked on what I had.
Oh, really?
That's funny because
Fucking hell,
it comes
yeah.
across so well in the video. You know, it's just,
Well, the thing is the stuff, here's what's funny is and it took me, at the time, I didn't realize it. It like I had to step away a bit
yeah,
to kind of really understand my place to where anytime I go do something and it comes natural, to me, it's not a big deal. But in hindsight, anything that comes natural to me is always the things that stand out. But I'm still comparing myself to everyone else, which I should have never done,
yeah.
you know? And so like the little things I did in that video part that I didn't really think was any big deal with like kind of the things that stuck out, you know?
Absolutely.
And
3 kick flips in that whole
No,
part.
2.
Two?
I think
Two.
there's 2.
That was a big thing on their on their review.
That
Sean
that
was
video I think was massively important to skaters that in that era there was a lot less people skating in that sort of like 80s sort of like punk style, and for me personally that part was like massively influential. I think it was to a lot of people
I think it hit
that
home
side
for
of
a lot of
skating was
people.
still massively valid. Like
I just wish I had more confidence in myself from, you know, but
But
anyone
that's-
at 50 is going to go, or 50, I'm almost 52. Anyone is going to look back and go, fuck, you're an idiot, you know? But my madness also makes me who I am, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, obviously on the personal level for that part, it's different from the viewer myself, but fuck yeah, I love that part. And the song as well, and just everything that kind of goes in with it, being pulled in on the scooters, that fucking double wall rides, like the wall rides around the corner
think-
to the wall ride.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit's insane.
that the alley oop, you know, the alley oop stalefish
wall ride
anchor off
sailfish,
the wall. Oh
yeah.
my god,
I
that's
think
amazing.
that
Like,
part was kind of like the bat signal to people like us.
100%.
Yeah.
You can still do this and be in a video, and you don't have to be doing kickflip backflips
Yeah.
down 20 stairs. And,
like a video part in that year that only
and
had 2
I
kickflips.
did know, like, I knew that was, like, I knew what I did, you know, I knew, but I just had ideas. I wanted to do what I did and take it to another level, and I wasn't able to do it. And so, but I mean, if I see it now, I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know?
But then, just what you were just saying there, that's got to be the same sort of mentality for I would assume a lot of pro skaters. You know, they want to get this stuff on video, and sometimes you don't get that stuff.
Yeah, I
know-
don't think you ever do. I
Yeah,
guess.
so you're always going to be.
And the thing is I'm not like a stuntman,
Yeah.
you know, and not really like a video skater, I guess you could say, you know, and
You're not a stuntman, have you?
I've seen
you remember
the
the board slide at the end
curve.
of the label kills?
Yeah, I mean, you know, let's be careful not to
compared to what was going on,
You know,
you know, like
that
Jamie
was-
Thomas was a stuntman
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time, you know, like Keith Kirchart was a stuntman at the time, like the Flip guys were stuntmen at the time. Like I knew, like, let's say when we went into label kills, I had a plan of what I wanted to do.
trick
I'm like,
list.
I didn't have a trick list. I just had, I knew what I wanted, how I wanted to come across. I knew what was important to me. It was the shit that I love to do that makes things exciting for me.
Yeah.
But I knew that I had to go jump on a couple handrails and I had to do some stunts for people to take this other shit seriously. Because if I just had a part of this other stuff, I don't think it would have. Maybe to guys like you would have loved it, but for someone like, you know, I was still trying to do my best. But I knew, like, to gain respect from a certain amount of people, I had to do some fucking stunts. You know?
Yeah, he's obviously different from.
I don't like doing stunts.
Yeah.
You know, like
I don't know. I think it's in the.
When I was young, I did. Like when I was like in my teens, I thought Frankie Hill was the shit, and I tried to jump over every gap in San Jose. But
Yeah.
then things got really big.
That's a good quote there.
I don't know.
I don't like doing stunts.
I
That's a
think
good
is it in the God Save the Label. You do like the rail jams to Stalefish over and stuff like that. Is that in the God Save the Label? It's like a bank to a rail, and you do like a pole jam late shove over it.
Oh
as well.
yeah.
That for me, that's stuntman shit.
Okay.
Any late shove is a stuntman shit. But
What
you
about the
also
front-
do it. You
out
do
of the-
it to the
out of
stale.
ditch, the front side air hand thing over the
Oh,
white
that's
barrier.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
stunt. That could
Okay.
go horrifically
The
wrong.
fast part.
Well, I'm talking about
You
like
could get
I'm
injured
talking,
from that, Mr.
I'm
Adams.
talking about fucking like
Handrails.
Yeah.
Chad Musket.
Yep.
And fucking.
So around that time, it
Yeah.
was very much biggest handrails,
Yeah.
gnarliest, longest grinds down.
And you got to understand, I've already got like the kind of like mind memory of going like, it's so hard for me to get a photo in the magazine because I'm not doing the tricks at the time that they wanted in the pages of the magazine.
Yeah.
So I'm already like
So I mean, from an
a
inside,
little like,
yeah,
fuck, it's like so hard to like get in, I'm already feeling that
And the mags were important then. You had to be in the mags, right?
you had to
keep
and
everyone happy,
and Thrasher I could do it. And I mean, if you were in a part of a brand that advertised a lot, they would put you in here and there, but it wasn't easy. Like Thomas Campbell tells a story all the time, and I've told it too, where he would come shoot with me and Tim Brosh, send it down to Transworld. They'd be like, "Why are you sending us this shit?" Because at the time it was like fisheye, handrail, grass. Fisheye, big handrail, green grass. San Diego. It was all like San Diego. You know what I mean? So, I already had that in my head that it was just kind of going uphill already.
Can we talk about Tim for a bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
I met Tim once I was thinking about this last night, whether it was in Germany at Munster or Switzerland. I think it must have been Munster, and I bought a board off him.
Oh, yeah.
And he gave me one of the big independent foil stickers, and I was like, fucking look at that.
Yeah.
And I had to because we were like on the trains, going around Europe, and like a sticker that's like this big, trying to keep it like not
keep
creased.
it nice, yeah.
Because you couldn't get that shit over here. No one would have stickers that big. So it was like rolling it up carefully, stashing it all the way home and that. But he was rad, like super nice dude, and obviously like one of your homies and that. And you guys had the pro board with the
Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking rad. Love that.
Yeah, because like I'd known Tim since we were young teenagers. Because he's same town.
Yeah.
Always friendly. Occasionally we'd call each other and like we'd meet up with their crew because they're on a different neighborhood or whatever. When you're that young, they live a few miles away, but it was like a whole nother world, But we would go over to their side of town and go skate with them sometimes. But I didn't really start hanging out with them until we both got on SMA at the same time. And we instantly, it was just like this.
Yeah.
Like every fucking day we end up moving in together. And it was just me and Tim every fucking day.
Yeah.
Same team, same shit. It was just like, it was wonderful.
He was like one of the first kind of ATV skaters that we all saw and was like, this guy's fucking rad. The way he used to like go into blunts and into so quick.
Oh, that was his
flying
that was his
around.
thing. Like he was,
and the tweaked
he was a
mute grab
skateboarding's
things.
most blunted.
Yeah, he just could do it all and so
He was just
quick.
really, really talented.
Yeah.
Like naturally talented.
Yeah, he was fucking rad.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Toby, I
Yes.
know you're enjoying some delicious music right now with great sound audio quality, but you got to tell the listeners who's sponsoring this episode. Take it away.
Today's episode is supported by Skull Candy.
Skull Candy have been making the best quality headphones and accessories for years with a unique design, innovative sound technology, and some of the raddest collaborations out there.
The range is everything from earbuds, over-the-head big lads, wired and wireless models, Bluetooth speakers, and even gaming headsets for the nerds. The sound quality is second to none, and the bass that comes out of the Crusher ANC2 is insane.
It is absolutely
Insane.
insane. And if you want to get 20% off your next purchase, make sure you head to skullcandy.eu and use the code BrainDrain20 at checkout. And Toby, let's listen to some wonderful music. But first,
Back to the
let's
show.
get
Back to the show.
Now, Skull Candy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much more to say on Tim, but obviously you might. It's just if you're happy or want to talk
No,
about?
that's fine. If it comes up again organically, then we'll.
All right, we'll jump back into Sim.
Yeah.
All right, so let's carry on from Matt left. Enjoy. He finally quit.
Did, but he didn't.
Yeah, that was it.
So I went down, met with John, decided that I was gonna go back, and then I went back. Then Matt called me, and I went and met with him. He's like, "I'm coming back. I got you more money, everyone more money, and this and that." And I'm just like,
too late.
Well, I didn't want to go the up and downs with, because
yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna quit.
Hmm.
I already knew he was gonna quit, you know, and I'd already decided like it just, fuck it. It was just too dysfunctional, and like I said before, it made me feel bad that he was going through all the struggle for us, you know, and it put me in a weird position.
I kind of heard that was pretty much the case for all the other dwindle brands, that people were
Possibly.
doing, you know, fighting to keep everyone on and the same money and stuff like that. So,
and you know, Matt was constantly battling them, and but I mean, I had no problem with Dwindle. Like I said, like they treated us great. We got paid well. I had insurance. Like,
oh, that's good.
yeah, they were always super helpful with anything.
Yeah.
You know, if I had an art show, they'd be like, "What do you need?"
Nice.
Well, I need can I rent a van? Yeah, sure. You know, it's like, okay, can I do? Yeah. You know, they were really supportive. I didn't see a problem. I understood Matt's problem because he was fighting for the legit, you know, the brand to keep it the way he wanted it, you know, and they kind of wanted to blow it out of the, you know, do what people do.
You told him you're not going back.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going back to Black Label. And he's like, all right. Still didn't know hard feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
He understood.
How much longer was he there for, though? Because Louis took over, didn't he?
I don't remember how long it was. It wasn't too long.
Yeah.
Or it could have, I really don't know, because around that time when like everything kind of ended, I don't remember how long Matt was there for.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was my decision. I went back to Black Label. Then I quit again.
Tell us about that.
Well, I was losing my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Because everything was just, I was so frustrated because I kept asking people like, what the fuck's going on? Like I could feel something was going on across the board. No one wanted to admit, or no one knew like the severity of what was going to happen with the economy and all that kind of stuff. I don't hold anyone accountable. Don't point my finger, don't blame anyone, but I was just kind of over it. I was just like, this is it. I'm walking away. I'm tired of this shit. You know what I mean? Just like Black Label, done. I was like, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm walking away. But it just, skateboarding didn't let me walk away. And then
had its claws very much deep in you.
I guess so. And like, I was like ready just to not quit skating, you know what I mean? But just like walk away from the sponsored world of skateboarding. And it just didn't happen, you know, even though when that all ended, to me, that was the end of Jason as a pro skater. Because to me, pro skater means you make a living skateboarding. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not you have a name on the bottom of your board. Everyone has a name on the fucking bottom of the board now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's, to me, that was the end, you know?
Yeah.
And like I had a borderline mental breakdown in hindsight. And but skateboarding didn't really let me go away, you know. Then Shvitak called me. He's like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna do shit." He goes, "Let me make a board for you." I'm like, "You can do whatever the fuck you want to do." I'm not. And I told him, I go, "I ain't doing shit."
And that was 10:31.
10:31, yeah. And I was just like, I'm down, but don't expect anything out of me. You know, like I'm kind of over it. But then he convinced me to go on tour. And but yeah, and then there was just nothing really going on with that. And then
10:31 was. Did you mean like Halloween? Because that's the dates of.
Yeah,
because my friend in Boston, Matt Tomasello, who does all the weird, crazy board manipulation things for the Fancy Lad crew. 'Cause he skated for that for 1031 as well, and he fucking loved it. He said that he loved that.
I mean, I love Christian Svitak.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine, one of the good friends I met through skateboarding. But yeah, I wasn't really. And then Mike V hit me up. And the funny thing is, I wasn't even trying to, I kind of was like poking around on Instagram for a job.
Yeah.
Because I just was like needed to work or do something, you know, and I just kind of like threw out a little like, and then Mike called me in like 5 minutes. And he's like, I want you to ride for the Elephant. I could pay you, whatever. And I'm like, I told him the same thing. I'm like, I'm down, but don't expect me to do shit.
At least you're stating those intentions.
Yeah, I didn't want to be in that position anymore, to feel like I was obligated or I had to, you know. I don't think jaded is the right word for it. I was just...
Probably just a little bit fucking over it.
I was just over it.
Yeah.
I was over it.
Yeah.
Because the moment you turn pro, people are like, what are you going to do when it's all, you know, you're waiting for it to end from this day one.
Yeah.
And then when you have a long run, like somehow I did, a long run, you're like, fuck, is it going to end tomorrow? When's it going to end, you know? So I was just over like being reliant on it, you know? And Mike's like, I don't care. Whatever you want to do. You just want to do art, you could do art, whatever, I don't care. So I was like, all right, cool. And then they ended up selling it to Dorfman.
Yeah.
And Mike left, and then
that was the end of that.
That was the end of that.
Yeah.
Like they tried to convince me to stay on to be like the brand manager, but I'm like, Elephant is fucking Mike V's.
Yeah, that's his thing. Yeah.
It's like it can't do that, you know. And Mike's a good friend. I don't know if Mike's very close with a lot of people, but became pretty decent friends, you know.
Yeah.
A huge mutual respect type thing, you know. So that was great. I love Mike V. So
Yeah.
But then when he went off to do something else, then I don't even remember I didn't do anything. Had nothing until John called me again.
How did the call go this time? Same thing.
What did he say?
Third time lucky.
He goes, hey kid, label, third time's a charm.
Amazing.
And then I just was like,
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, fuck it. I'm like, I don't expect anything. You don't have to pay. I don't even care. I'm just down.
Just to skate.
Because the label is like, is the best representation of me over all the years, you know. So, and then he's been making my boards ever since.
Yeah.
Again, another staple to Lucero for the third time, being like the label.
Yeah.
Like that's just a friend for life kind of situation.
For sure.
It's like,
for sure.
Yeah.
So for the second time, big up Lucero. But that's also like a good representation of yourself, where you skate for your mates, and when they go, you go as well. So that's like you could say like that's a humble representation of yourself, that you're there for your mates because it's their company. You're not just taking some shit.
Yeah.
It's like also, my friend's. This is by my friend, and he's out.
Yeah.
And that's why I joined, because of him.
Yeah.
But also the fact that Lucero invited you back. Like, I mean, that's testament to obviously how you are within the industry and that, you know. It's, you know, imagine the biggest fucking nightmare skateboarder out there. You know, if they leave, you'd probably be thank fuck for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, not come back again if something falls through. You'd be like, nah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, anyway, there you go.
And then you've been on the label since then, continually.
Yeah.
And then since you've been back on the label, you filmed the 50 part, and then there was another part a couple of years ago.
But no, not
well.
I never filmed the 50 was the first video project I'd done since God Save the Label in whatever 2008 or whatever that was, 2009, right before the shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how 2008 to 24. I hadn't worked on anything.
And how was the process going back to how it was last time you were doing it to filming a part? Now, obviously, we spoke about Tim filming it, and just the change in gear and more fun.
It was a lot of fun. John was the one who like suggested I should do it with Tim, and because he was just really stoked on this footage, and I'll have to admit he's right. It's like if you're going to filming a part where it's like all like curbs, little tight trannies, it's like that camera makes things, gives it a lot of extra action.
Gives it a lot of life. Yeah.
Gives it a lot of life, and I'll admit this right now. Like when I went into making that, I knew I was old, and I was just like, it doesn't matter what I film. I just can't look old doing it. That was like my goal. You know what I mean? Like I just.
What do you mean, like look at what?
Because it's like let's
look
say
like you're struggling on the ride outs and stuff like that, or
I didn't want to have to try too hard.
right?
Yeah.
Or look like I was trying
You're speaking
too hard.
my language.
But I mean, there was a lot of shit I was trying very hard. I just didn't want it to look.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look old like I was. So, you know, it's like I just wanted it to be fast and flowing and in your face. You know, like I had for the first time, I had a vision of how I wanted it to look.
Yeah.
And rather than just going out and getting whatever I can, you know, which I still was doing that, but I did want to look, and I was thinking like of like getting pushes or, you know, the things. I just wanted a vibe. I really wanted to go for a vibe. And Tim was able to do a good job of capturing it. And I don't like we've talked about the production because it puts pressure that I didn't want.
Yeah, because what Tim's got, the most production there is him screwing on the handle.
Yeah.
And then just turning it on. There's no like setting up a shot, waiting for something, staging something. It's just go time.
There's a few shots he just uses his iPhone. Yeah. If it's a long lens, like there's a shot you probably won't remember, but like that barrier spot with downtown LA in the background. It's got all the graffiti barriers.
Yeah.
There's like 2 shots of long lens. He just iPhoned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we talk about it a lot.
Yeah, it blows my mind that, you know, going from screwing a shit fisheye with, you know, gaffer tape on the end of a camera to now it's in your pocket and you can film it, edit it, and essentially distribute that off your phone within minutes of having captured it.
And
that would have blown my mind 30 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. My mind's blown all the time with what technology's doing. But I also wanted to. I really kind of thought a lot about doing that video part.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I filmed everything in Southern California. I didn't film one thing in San Jose. I don't think I really even skated in San Jose. Like I would go down and skate for a weekend, come home, go back to whatever business work I was doing. A month later, go down for a weekend, you know? And like a lot of times I'd drive down on a Friday night, skate Saturday, drive home Sunday, 6 hours, or Saturday night, like one day, just to get in, get out. And I wanted everything to be really organic. So like, I would just be like, Tim, take me somewhere. And I just wanted to show up and go like, and skate it.
Yeah.
You know, the only spot I went to that I wanted to go to was Sadlands. That was the only spot I was like, I want to go there. I want to get clips on that. Is the only thing. Everything else was just, they would just take me and I would just skate. And I thought it would come across. Yeah. As just being like another day, you know, a day out skating.
Just going for a session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though a few of those things I fucking tried so so many times.
That's skateboarding though, isn't it? Yeah. You know, it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
What was the biggest battle in that part, trick-wise?
Frontside air on that little tight tranny.
Well, just getting getting in the air right, the timing.
Just, like I used to be able to frontside air on anything, weirdest fucking. And I went into this thing with, in my mind, I knew how to do everything. Yeah. But my body didn't have what it used to have, you know. Yeah. I also ride a bigger board and things like that. So I'm like, oh, I can just show up and do a frontside air like I always do. No. Just when you're out of practice, like meaning not skating almost every day, constantly filming and shooting photos, you know. So I struggled with that one. I just kept locking up. And
when did you last do a frontside air?
Before that?
No, like recently.
I don't think I've done it since.
All right, let's get you to one outside.
Maybe.
On the little blue.
I tried one.
On the little blue.
I tried one on a barrier when I met up with the Barrier Kult guys.
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up because in one of your parts, there's quite a few barrier tricks. I think you do like a front side lip slide through like a barrier corner. Like
I've always been a barrier guy.
Barrier skating's difficult.
Yeah,
very difficult.
But I've always liked it even like before people were like putting concrete to them.
So how did the meetup and the connection with running into the Barrier Kult guys and Deer Man and filming for their Barrier Kult video come around?
He hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah.
And said he was coming to California and would like to try to get some clips. And I was like, rad. And then that was like months prior. And then after he hit me up, I'm like, it would be better if I met him down in LA because there's really not a lot around here that, and it just works better when I go down there. Like, because when I go to LA, I'm just there to skate. When I'm at home, I got all kinds of distractions and things like that. And then he hit me up just prior and he was like, how far are you from LA? I'm like, I'm 6 hours. He's like, oh, how often do you get to LA? And I'm like, when are you going to be there again? And I'm like, dude, I already had that weekend on my calendar to go down. Mm-hmm. So it just worked out. But he hit me up because he told me, he goes, the Barrier Kult is because of you.
Yeah.
From my old photos of skating barriers and shit like that in the mid-90s.
On their Instagram, they posted your photos. That's an honor to hear from them as well because the shit that, especially what Deerman does on those barriers.
It's nuts.
He's fucking insane, the stuff that he does on those.
For sure.
And he sent me a message through like email, probably in all capital letters because they're weird.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
They do all that. And he flew over from Canada to come here.
Wow.
And he was like, he had like other business to take care of, but there was like 5 or so days. He was just like, we are coming for the pillage of the most abrupt transition.
Yeah.
And I took him to all of these barriers, but barriers here, if they're unconcreted, they're totally different. Yeah. They're almost just like brick wall with this much of a, and he like turned up and I like took him to this like unconcreted barrier. And I almost just kind of stood there and just went,
go.
Like, there you go. And he like looked at it for a minute, like it was
doing the math
in his nice balaclava, which is just like a saggy sock now.
Yeah.
It's the original one. He's had all of his life, and then he just fucking shut him down. He just skated him. It's so good. And aside from obviously the Deerman thing, he's just a rad dude anyway. Yeah, so fucking rad.
But I met him at Vancouver contest in the early '90s.
Yeah,
just randomly. I always somehow knew the correlation between him and being the Deer Man. I don't know how, but I did. And he hit me up, and I just went and skated with him.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Even though my body was completely wrecked because I skated the morning before, and I'm really only good for about 2 hours.
Yeah,
a day, and that's it. For a couple days after that. Dude, I would come back from the weekend of filming that video part, and I was in bed for 2 days.
Yeah.
Just like, couldn't move.
Yeah.
Just dead to the world.
Just dead, just drained, dude. I would go down there and give every inch, every ounce of anything I had just to get what little bit I could get.
Yeah.
But I loved every minute of it.
I think that comes across, though, in the part. I mean, it's one of the, there's so much stuff that comes out all the time that you just like, can't be asked to watch this. But when that came out, it was like, yes, And
I had so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, and like the editing's rad, the filming's sick, the trick.
It's edited really quick, the song's quick,
yeah,
the skating's just quick.
It's like a proper, video part, classic, So yeah, big up for that one.
Well, thank you.
Should we talk about Dead Dave?
Dead Dave is rad, and Dead Dave is going to be here on the weekend.
Oh, he's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, he's not going to be here tomorrow, though, huh?
No, I think
Sunday.
I think he's going to be here on Sunday, so he wants to kind of skate around. But obviously, you're Dead Dave's favourite skateboarder, and then we were talking in the car when I said to you like skateboarders that you like, and you said Dead Dave as well because of his originality. And it's not really even that much of a question. It's just a statement of like two completely originals, and you can see why they would enjoy each other skating. But I guess you could go on to like from the British side of it, like when did you first see like Dead Dave skating, and what attracted you to being a fan of his skating?
I just probably saw him like from the heroin feed or something. And instantly I was just like, who the fuck is that? You know?
He was that 7 foot,
Yeah, he just had rad style.
long arms.
Yeah, it was the whole package.
He makes 10-inch boards look like 7.5.
Yeah, but you could
boards.
just tell he's a really good skater.
He is,
And
yeah.
and when I say that you're a good skater, I don't mean like you could do crazy tricks. There's just something to some skaters when I watch them, and I'm just like, there's just something different. There's like a soulfulness there.
Can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something different there.
To me, it's like a soulfulness, like an authenticity. Because I see a lot of people trying to be original, and it just doesn't come across a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And he just came across as extremely authentic, you know. And he looks like he's attached to that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know. Just liked it. But yeah, and you had lanky, weird, like he's just a unique skater.
Talking about looking attached to his board, I've got a video clip somewhere on my Instagram. I'll show you, but it's like he's skating somewhere and it's super windy, and he kicks his board into the air, and it goes into the air, comes back round no-handed to like backside bonus back on, and it literally looks like it's invisible.
It looks like some AI shit or something.
He launches it up and he goes, but he comes back and he jumps back on it, and it's just only Dead Dave could make it. Even with the roll away and when he falls off, like only Dead Dave could make it look good. But
I'm into a lot of those heroin dudes.
Yeah. It is a good team. It's like, again, the weirdo outcast team.
For sure. But they're really good skaters. And just the shit they come up with. Like when you go skate with them and you watch like Noli, or mainly him, like it just is mind boggling what comes out of them. And it just kind of it's like, it just comes out of nowhere. He just does this most wacky shit, like first try sometimes. And, but yeah, I just like all those dudes. I like going, that's why I go down there and skate, to go hang with those dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rad bunch. Definitely is.
I want to talk about sobriety in a bit, but before we do, let's sort of delve into this. Like you spoke about like Vans having you back for a long time back in the day and all the tours and stuff. Have you got any like memorable, amusing tour anecdotes that you can tell us without upsetting anyone, or tell us the ones that will upset people? Ideally, I just love hearing the back end stuff, you know, because for years all we saw was the polished, finished version of magazine photos from stuff. I want to know the nitty gritty of, you know, like
I don't really have
P-Stone needing a shit all the time. You were telling us that one away, but that's fucking rad. Like,
dude, there's probably so much of that shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't even stand out to me. But I just remember being on some trips during the Vans times, because there was different factions. Vans seems huge, right? And then there was a couple team managers. Scott Systems was the main one, but he was all about these certain kind of skaters. And it basically was like, he kind of took this group of guys, and it was like, we went and did like anti-hero style trips.
yeah.
And so like me and Julian and Cardiel and Jerhobel and TNT and Chet Childress and so right there, that was just fucking madness to be in the center of that. So it's never ending madness. There's nothing that stands out. It was just fucking chaos at all times. But I do remember being on these trips and being like, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
These are the fucking gnarliest dudes ever. And just watching them day in and day out just fucking obliterate every piece of concrete, like it was pretty incredible to watch that all the time. Alan Peterson, Karma was always a part of that as well.
Stop right there, Forde. Tell everybody who is the show sponsor today.
Today's show sponsor is Slappy Trucks. Slappy Trucks was invented by Mike Sinclair. He had a little look at his trucks during lockdown and thought, I might just have a way to make these better.
Slappy provides the best grind clearance, confirmed by Professor Schmidt, the quickest turn, less wheel bite, and no break-in time at all.
They also have a huge selection of sizes, including the new 13-inch bad boys, Not only that, they've got Arista True and the one and only Curb Killer on the team.
I'm currently rocking the new ultra low inverted kingpin trucks, and they are super duper fantastic.
Would you say you're enjoying them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very, very low kingpins.
If you want to check out the wide range of Slappy trucks, make sure you head to www.rollersnakes.co.uk and see what we have in stock.
Slappy trucks, skateboarding just got easier.
Did you come up with that tagline yourself?
Yeah, just now. Back to the show.
Back to the show. Back to the show.
Back to the show.
Now.
I have to have the final one. Back to the show.
Back to the show now. How long was Young Vans for?
Like 10 years.
Yeah, it was a while.
Long time.
Yeah.
From the early 90s until 2001.
Mm-hmm.
2002, something like
Yeah.
that.
Adam Peterson, fucking rad, wasn't he?
Fucking.
I remember seeing him at the Munster Bowl, 95.
So
Just backside ollie across
ridiculous.
the channel. Was just like,
He was such a good skater. Such a good skater. Like, I moved my first apartment. I moved in with him and Solomon.
Oh yeah.
I never met Alan Peterson in my life. Solomon came to my house one day. He's like, I got an apartment. You're moving in. We're going to share a room. And I'm like,
Did he have his removable plaster cast on his wrist?
that was it during that time. Yeah. And,
Removable?
Because he just had a broken wrist constantly.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
he cut it.
Yeah, and then
And he
he'd
would
take it off.
tape it because he had it for years and years and years.
It was, and then he ended up getting riding for S1, and they made him.
They did make him something,
a proper.
yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, because he broke that navicular bone right here. That's hard, it's really hard to heal. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to start with. It was all fucked. In hindsight,
There's some good quotes coming out in this one,
some good
isn't it?
sound bites, yeah.
I mean, when I say fucked, I don't mean in a bad way.
Yeah.
It was just,
Crazy.
it was,
You was the gnarliest team ever.
I mean, but I mean, on a lot of trips, I just remember like making calls to my wife and being like, I'm going to fucking jail tonight. For sure. No doubt about it. Fuck, I'm getting too old for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because everyone's just, I went on this one trip, this Route 66 trip. And it was myself, Corey Duffel, Chet Childress, Rhino, P Stone, Buddy and Rick, Charnovsky, and Guzman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks of rolling piracy.
Yeah.
Just, there was no law. There were no rules. These motherfuckers drink where they want. They piss where they want. They fucking skate wind wherever they want. They fucking crash fences whenever they want. They drive the van wherever they want. They put up lights wherever they fucking want. They don't give a fuck ever. You know what I mean? Like, we should have gone to jail 15, 16 times on that trip. P-Stone drank morning till night every fucking day. Drove the NHS van. Got pulled over in Oklahoma. Got pulled out, did this whole sobriety test, passed it. They found mushrooms, weed in Oklahoma. Do you understand? I know you guys are from the States. You do not get caught with drugs in Oklahoma.
Right.
Dude, got away with everything.
How?
That was just that trip. We got away with everything. Everything. We were in Amarillo, Texas, and it was a really overcast, shitty day, and we'd already been on the road for a while. And granted, every day is you wake up, you start drinking till you pass out. You know what I mean?
Sounds exhausting.
It is. I mean, it's fantastic at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in Amarillo, and we go to the skate park. It's all overcast. It's shitty. Rhino could tell, like, everyone was thrashed. He's like, "We're going to the strip bar." That's just it. We're going
Like
to the strip
first thing
bar.
in the day?
Yeah, just first thing in the day. So
Breakfast at the strip
So
bar.
I mean, we probably got to the park at like 10 or 11 or something.
Yeah.
So it was like noon or 1 or something like that. We took over that fucking strip bar. Like, dudes from California roll into some strip bar in Amarillo, Texas. It was just like the record scratched. You know what I mean? But in a few hours, we were ordering pizzas. Girls are all around us. I'm not doing anything shady. I'm married at the time, but I'm in the middle of all this. You know, it's just like takeover, right? And then I guess like someone called one of their boyfriends or something, and they end up coming over and smashing the van and like writing all over the van and shit like that. And then at some point, P-Stone, and I don't know who he was with, I think probably Rick, because he's a wild child. They were frying on mushrooms, drove out to the Cadillac Ranch. You know what the Cadillac Ranch is? Where all the cars are in the dirt?
Yeah.
That's in Amarillo, Texas.
Right.
It's pouring rain. They're on mushrooms. It's fucking 4 a.m, and they drive out to the Cadillac Ranch, walk out there, do whatever, trip out, I don't know what, walk back out. As they're getting in the van, a fucking cop pulls up. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? It's fucking 4 a.m, and P-Stone's like, hello, officer. Hey, officer, how's it going? He's like, what are you guys doing? He's like, we're just passing through. Always want to see the Cadillac Ranch. So we thought we'd stop. And it's just like, it was just like, that's not a big deal, but that was like 14 times a day. You know what I mean? Like, then we're at that one spot, some handrail spot in New Mexico, and Duffels trying some crazy shit. And then we get kicked out like 4 times. And they're like, we're getting this. We're not going to do it. The people from the school go and lock the gate so we can't get out. Cops come. Right when Rhino is about to break the lock, or he's thinking about driving the van through the fence or whatever. Cops come, pull us over. I mean, whatever. Let us go, but give us a warning or whatever. Then we go directly to this other school. It's probably like 1 a.m. at this point. Not only do we go into the school, get the generators out. There's houses everywhere around the school. It's 1 a.m, generators. Everyone's shit-faced by now. Chet is out of his mind shit-faced. That's the time I was in the van called my wife going like, I'm fucking going to jail right now. There's no way we're getting away with this. Sure enough, right after that, from all angles, cop cars pull in. Chet, same fucking cops that kicked us out of the other thing, the other spot.
Yeah.
And they're just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Chet's wasted, starts talking about Tony Hawk. Oh, we're filming for this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we got away with it again. You know what I mean? That's just how it was. It didn't even seem real. It didn't even seem like the law mattered or anything. Just, you walk into a store, 7-Eleven, everyone just goes in there smoking joints and drinking beers, and nothing that even really, laws don't exist. But here I'm like the guy has 2 kids now, so I have a different point of view about things at this point. I'm like, every trip, when I get in the van, it takes me 3 days to acclimate to that way of life.
Yeah.
And then I acclimate to it, and then I go back home, and then it takes me days to acclimate to family life.
Did no one else have kids at that point?
Well, I mean, Chet had a kid when he was like 18, but he didn't like have like a little suburban home life like I did. You know what I mean? And I'm sure maybe some other people had kids, but I didn't really know anyone that was was a family man. You know, where a lot of people have kids father. And they have them on the weekend or whatever, but they're off being derelicts most of the time or whatever. But when I was home, I was a fucking family man. You know what I mean? Like normal life for the most part, other than the fact that it's me. But I tried real hard to have a normal life.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, I think just the tales from that trip would go great onto the sobriety.
Yeah.
Onto the sobriety chat.
So, 4 years been sober now, right?
It's coming up. It'll be 4 years in October.
Nice. What was? Are you okay talking about this? By the way, like
totally.
So, what was
a couple of sober people in this room, or at least on this side?
How did it all get to the point where you're like, that's enough?
I'm done.
Yeah. What was there a turning point?
I was a full-blown alcoholic. Like, to function, I had to drink every minute of every day for years. And I'd known I had a problem for a long time, probably for fuck, I don't remember. I was drunk all the time, you know? But the thing is I was able to go so long because I'm really fucking good at drinking. Like,
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but yeah.
no, it's funny. I was trying to be funny.
Pro drinker.
I was fucking good at drinking.
Yeah.
I could drink a lot, and I could keep my composure,
And function.
and I could function, and I wasn't an asshole. I was a happy drunk. I was, you know, I didn't do stupid. I mean, I did the stupidest shit I've done in my life, and the biggest mistakes I've made. I was drunk, you know, or the decisions I've made. It was all pretty much any bad decision was from alcohol, you know. But I would never was getting myself in trouble. I wasn't getting DUIs and getting in fights or pissing my pants and my kids finding me on the front lawn. You know, it wasn't like that.
Just described my whole weekend there.
I was just going to say, it's
But
something you do in your own.
but so I was able to go for a long time.
Yeah.
And
Was your family aware of the problem? Tell me if this is, I don't want to, you know.
my wife knew at the time.
Yeah. But were you secretly drinking?
Oh yeah, when you drink that much, you hide it.
Yeah. So you were aware of the problem.
For sure.
Your wife was.
But I'm in a position to where every time I tried to quit on my own a lot of times. And to do that, it takes at least a week when you're because you're in.
It's kind of dangerous, isn't it? To go,
if
you're drinking
you can.
constantly.
Fortunately, I didn't seizure.
Right.
But it was dangerous. But
Yeah.
I would just do it on my own and just shake it out, you know. But it's, you know, you go through withdrawal for like a week, and so when you have to keep going, like life doesn't stop, especially when you do your work. You got to understand that towards the end, I'm doing like going to work every day, doing house paint work, and I have all my drinks ready to go for the day, all in sparkling clear water bottles with vodka to get me through the day, you know. And I was never late, never did a bad job, you know. Like my buddy that I worked with, when I told him like I'm going to rehab, you know, he's like, "What?"
Well, you had no idea.
He had no idea.
So much water.
But he knew I had a drinking issue.
Yeah.
Because I had ended up about a year prior, I ended up in the hospital with pancreatitis because of my drinking.
Right.
And so he knew about that, and I wasn't, you know. But I kept it under wraps, you know. But what happened was I got to the point to where I was turning into I felt like I was turning into a shady motherfucker. And I was lying. Once you start lying about your drinking, you'll start lying about, once you break the wall of lying, you start lying about all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I knew my kids were scared for my well-being. And it got to a point where when I could see, I got to a point where I kept having this vision of like me being in like a almost like a wagon or like a go-kart or something, and I'm fucking jamming down this hill going faster and faster, and I could see a cliff coming.
Yeah.
I kept having that vision. It's like, if you don't get a hold of this now, it's going to get fucked.
Yeah.
It's going to be really bad. Either you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to hurt your kids, you're going to end up in jail, you know, like that kind of thing. And then I just also looked in the mirror one day and I was like, I don't recognize this dude. And that was it. You know, it wasn't the fact that I ended up in the hospital, because I obviously didn't have any like enough self-respect for myself, but it was when I saw it affecting the people that I loved. That was the final straw for me. And so I decided to go to rehab, and because I just had to get away and make that commitment, and it worked. So that's my spiel.
How long?
And it hasn't been hard.
No.
Because it's like so. Put it this way: like all the times I tried to quit before, I said, I need to or I should. I never said I want to.
Right.
Yeah.
And the idea of it scared the shit out of me. because I'd used alcohol to get through all the bullshit
Yeah.
that I had struggled with my whole life. I used alcohol to get through it, you know. So the idea of not having it, I didn't even know if I could function. But that's the alcohol talking to you,
Right.
you know. But I think just getting over the fear and the commitment of, I was terrified to go to rehab. Just that commitment, it's like the switch turned in my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm sure going to rehab helped with some of the tools they teach you and things like that. But it was like just the commitment. And I also let everybody know that I had a problem, and that I feel like it holds me accountable.
Yeah.
I come over here, you guys know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's like once I commit to something wholeheartedly, I'm just committed. And I hadn't hit my rock bottom yet.
And how long was rehab for?
It was just 30 days. They suggest that you go 90 because it's like a process of like 30 days residential, which you're just there. You can't go anywhere. It's almost like being in jail, to be honest. And then you're supposed to go to like a 30-day like outpatient kind of thing. And then you're supposed to do a 30-day like sober living situation. But I had, just before I went to a year before I went to rehab, me and my wife finally split for the last time.
Yeah.
And I had been living at home with my daughter just us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to get back home.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do 90 days.
Yeah.
But I knew just by going there, that 30 days, that I was never going back. I was like, I'm never coming back here. And I saw fucked up people. I'm like, I'm not this fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, I got this.
Was the treatment AA based or SWAT recovery?
Pardon me?
Was it AA based?
It was AA based. Yeah. But I didn't continue with AA after. I just, the idea of doing AA made me want to drink, to be honest. And I know myself, and I know when that switch flips, there's no stopping it. Even though I was scared to go home. I was a little scared to go home, and I wasn't sure how I would handle it. But after about a month, I was like, oh, I got this. Because I was willing to do AA if I felt I needed to, but I never did.
So after that, like coming out rehab and, you know, sort of getting back into the swing of things, like at what point did you start to sort of feel, I don't know how to word this, like
Normal?
Yeah. But if you've been drinking, you know, because of being a pro skater and that, it's been a long time, I guess.
Surely your body's going to, your body feels different.
It took like 8 months to a year before I started feeling, I didn't know what normal was, but I felt, after I came home and just going about my business every day, I felt like I was in someone else's body.
Right.
It was a totally different experience, you know, like I had forgotten what that was like. And it took about 8 months for me to really notice a difference, and it just gets better and better.
So was there like a defining moment where you were?
There was a moment where I went, I feel normal now. And emotionally, I was a wreck coming out of it. Because not only was I coming home from rehab, I was coming home to being a single father to a fucking teenage daughter.
Yeah. And
so not only was I confronted with like not drinking, I was confronted in being basically a single parent to a teenage daughter. And it was a rough 4 years, you know. It's hard to be a teenage girl in high school, in this modern era especially. So if I could get through 4 years of a teenage girl in high school and not drink, I think I got it licked.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice.
Well, glad that you're sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Big ups.
Because Twiggy's been 6 or so years. 8 years. I've been about 6. And then Sean's quit the marijuans, and you, Sean?
I'll admit right now, I take gummies to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I was taking all kinds of other shit to sleep, and my girlfriend's like, dude, here, I'd rather you'd be, and I'm like, all right. And at first I was a little apprehensive because in rehab, that's like a big no-no. But I don't really like it that much. And I fucking love drinking.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really love marijuana. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just, it allows me to turn my brain off at night and go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But if you said, let's go smoke a joint right now, I'd be like, fuck that shit. You know, I don't, you know, it's like end of the day, I'm doing nothing else but going to bed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than taking sleeping pills.
Yeah.
But I don't really, that's the first time I admitted that because a lot of people have listened to me and my struggle and have found inspiration. And I know that a lot of people can't fuck with marijuana at all, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't really want to be someone out there like, because for most people it will just lead to more shit, but for me it's fine, it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love drinking.
I think the thing with that is it's finding what works for you, because obviously
I just don't want other people to think like, oh, Jason.
No,
It's like, I use it for like kind of medication.
Yeah,
really.
but that works for you. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for everybody, and I think that's
because how much did you stop? You had like quite a heavy smoke.
I used to. I imagine I was the same with weed. How you probably
yeah,
was.
and it could be anything. I was in rehab with a girl that fucking huffed fucking computer cleaner all day long. You know,
I mean,
it could be anything.
I used to smoke joints like they were cigarettes.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I mean, like sometimes I'd have 12, 13, 14 a day.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
I'd be dead if I even...
but I was like, I think my problem was I was similar to how you was with the drink with the weed, that I was like,
well, you was functional at the same time.
like you wouldn't know. Like it was just that was
just
the
you.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think when you go that far into something, I think coming out of it and going sober, I think you have to make it work somehow. And like that's why those gummies work for you, because sometimes you just got to do what you've got to do to get through the day, haven't you? Like it's just the way it is.
I'm just like to be honest, and whenever someone says, "Oh, you're sober now," it's like, well,
you can
yes
be
and no.
You can be sober
you know?
from. You know what I mean?
But to me, it's no different than it's worse for me taking fucking pills to go to sleep every night.
I mean, yeah, it's all drugs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, and I mean, I think sober means different things to different people as well. Like, I mean,
well, that's why people say I'm sober from.
Yeah,
I mean,
or
from
like
this and this instead of just
Drinking
saying,
is death to me.
yeah.
You know.
But I think there's a difference between being sober and say somebody who says like, oh, I'm like completely straight edge.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think it's just whatever gets you through the day, isn't it? And that's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like with alcohol, 1 equaled 100. You know, with like THC products, like let's say if you compare it to wine, I would drink a glass of wine a night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
you can have it and leave
have
it.
a glass of wine and that's it.
Yeah.
I couldn't have a glass of wine. THC I can have just enough to get me to mellow
to go
out
to
and go to
sleep
sleep.
and yeah.
And because I don't really like being high.
Yeah.
I don't like
Okay.
being super high.
No.
So, and I could totally control it. And it doesn't scare me because I feel I have total control over it. If I don't have it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no,
it's good. We
Good
appreciate
point.
it.
How are you now around people when they're drinking? Is there mixed feelings?
People
or...
drinking are fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I really separated myself from it for a very long time.
They're annoying, but I can be around, like being around alcohol does not make me want to drink at all. If anything, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Makes me not want to.
When people are being dicks, you're like, thank fuck.
Well, I just look at everyone and go, you sound like a bunch of fucking morons. You just told me that 4 times throughout the night. You know what I mean? Just
I've got my thing was I always had a cut-off point if I was out somewhere not drinking and people were. The first person to come over and go with their hand on your shoulder and pull you in and talk to you like this close, and I'd just go. And that worked for me for like quite a while. I sometimes still do that. Even at events here, it gets to a point that I'm just like, I just
don't go now.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing I've learned about not drinking. It's like I drank to do a lot of shit I didn't even enjoy doing. Now I know what I really enjoy doing.
Like it was an an enabler.
It's an enabler, but I also realized how sensitive I am to things like noise, people, sound. Like I cannot go see bands anymore. It's just the people and the noise. It's just like before you just drink and it numbed everything and you got into it and you
Sensory
felt,
overload.
Yeah, but now I need quiet. I don't go out. I don't like eventually I will live where you live, out in the quiet.
Always got a spare room, Mr.
All right,
Adams.
all right.
Always got a
I'm
spare
not,
room.
well, when America explodes, I might be in a rowboat coming over.
Yep, the river will just
I'm gonna
bring you
hit
right
this. I
up.
don't care. You can cut it out.
No, you hit that shit. This is the first time on live podcasting history that a guest is hit the vape.
To really get into skateboarding, you have to be a little reckless and self-destructive. And alcoholism and partying and drugs, it's the same thing, you know. Reckless self-destruction.
It all ties up very.
And the majority of us that I meet, we all kind of have the same isms. I don't want to call them problems, and it all just comes together, you know.
Toby's going to take some LSD.
It's not
right
fucking
now.
LSD.
Right, let's all get...
it is ADHD medication, funnily enough. That discussion reminded me to take it.
Take that.
Which is meth. That was good, though. I enjoyed that because it's really interesting to hear, you know, your story through it and also what Sean's saying there. And I totally agree that skateboarding is like, there's a particular sort of person that it attracts.
Yeah, and that sort of person might have them sort of problems.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
what you were saying about not being able to go to see bands, the sensory overload. You know, I think, you know, I'm guilty of that as well. You know, it's like self-medicating to get through, like you're saying, using it as a crutch. You know, social interactions. You know, that's kind of.
Oh, dude, like I forgot what I was like. So this is a wild. You want me to get into some fucking like really honest?
Yeah.
Like,
The thing is, the episodes that have done really well for us that we've had a lot of messages about is the ones where we've spoke about
Therapy,
like
mental
therapy,
illness,
suicide,
struggles.
like all that. So yeah,
And-
go into it because people listen.
Yeah, for sure,
listening
because
do
somebody
help.
might listen to this and
As long as
it
you're
might
comfortable.
tick a box.
so I kind of forgot who I was.
yeah.
Like, because like when I was a kid, I was extremely shy, always immature for my age. Just like I was like a slow,
Developer.
mature. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
A slow burn.
it's yeah, and I struggled in school so fucking hard, and it was just like torture. You know what I mean? Between the fact that my anxiety and depression that I didn't realize I had, because I just had always been that way, and just painfully shy, and I never partied in high school or anything. I was like anti it because that's what all the dumb jocks did. You know what I mean? We were like straight edge.
You say you got into it quite late.
Later.
That's how I feel like I got.
It was right after high school.
It's when I was like 22,
Like
23.
the first skate trip I went on was right like 2 days after I got out of high school, and we went to Oregon, and I got in the Dogtown van because Think and Dogtown were like the same thing. I met Cardiel that day, fucking made it to Oregon. I was super uncomfortable. I couldn't believe I was even there with all these people, and I started drinking beer there just because I was so nervous, you know. And then it was like finding alcohol was just like the world opened up to me, you know? And, but, so I struggled in school for so long. And then, towards the end of my second to last year of high school, I got brought into the office and they gave me all these tests, and I realized I had all these learning disabilities. You know, they didn't say you had ADD back then, but like dyslexic, all this stuff. So it was like, oh, this is why I struggled so hard in school. But by the time I left school, I'm like, I'm a fucking moron. I'm fucking useless. You know what I mean? I had my self-esteem of nothing, you know? And I achieved this one thing, skateboarding. And instantly from that, it gave me like...
a purpose and a place.
and it gave me some self-esteem for the first time in my life. You know what I mean? And I just almost like fell into like, because to me, being a pro skater was the coolest thing I could fucking do in life, period.
Yeah.
And it was a big ego booster, made me feel good.
Yeah.
but I was starting to drink because that was just all that was going on, and I always needed to feel comfortable, and you know, and it wasn't like I was out skating and drinking. We didn't do that back then. That came way later. But yeah, so it just, I had forgotten how much I struggled prior to drinking, you know. And there were years, like my early parental years, I cut off. Like I was like focused on skateboarding and dadding, being the best person I could be, you know what I mean? But then when all that was taken away, that's when I really crumbled. Like the one thing that made me feel good about myself. Yeah. You know, it was like a false sense of identity. And it's funny, it takes 50 years of thinking, looking back, and where did you go wrong? And you know what I mean? And like going to rehab and all this shit, being like, what the fuck happened? But I see it now. You know? So yeah, I kind of went on a little tangent there.
No, it's interesting.
But I do like it too. I like to be really honest about things.
Yeah.
It could help somebody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's all kind of relatable, isn't it? You know, it's.
I won't go too much into it because it was quite. But I sent on the message to Toby and Sean. We got a message.
Yeah,
we got a
wild.
message from a fella who had like family stuff and wife and daughter stuff, and he listened to he said he by chance listened to one of the episodes with a fella called Mark Munson that came on the show. He was Duffs and stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, the Duffs.
Helped Ramers and he really, that whole episode was pretty much him talking about.
It was quite a heavy episode.
And Munson's a very he's a tough dude as well.
Sergeant Munson, nickname,
and I think
macho dude, you know.
And I think for him to come on and do that and say that helped. And then the fella messaged, said that he listened to that and he was like basically on a path to just make a stupid mistake, and he was like that. Hearing someone do that just helped him, and he sent a message, and it was like 4 or 5 paragraphs, wasn't it? And I sent it to these guys, and I just put like, we're doing something good. So I think it's good to talk about it on a skateboarding podcast, because
that's why I'm so open to talk about it.
Yeah, it's good.
I'd rather try to help 1 or 2 people if I had to go through all that, if someone else doesn't have to go through that. Or
you'd probably be really. I was just thinking when you were saying, imagine like a Jason Adams, you know, like the Ramers Foundation videos, because they're all pretty straightforward, honest talking as well. Quite sentimental, because you're now here, but we've watched you skating for years, but we're stoked that you're sober.
Yeah.
And that you're skating, it's really fucking rad.
Should we talk about art?
It would be nice, and then I want to geek out on this final. Our mutual.
And I'm going to fart.
Oh, let me
That come through loud and clear.
I like the way Forde's like.
Dude, I've been holding one in for a while. That is it.
It's that Greg's repeating.
I'll overload.
Since we're being so open and honest here.
Hear that lovely noise, Toby? That is today's show sponsor. Toby, take it away.
Today's episode is supported by Primate Tools.
Primate Tools have just dropped this new ratchet tool, which is insanely good. It has an ergonomically shaped stainless steel frame and a high-impact composite handle.
It has all the sockets for your skateboard, but also features a grip tape file, a bearing pusher, and most importantly, it's got a ratchet. Sorry.
It's a great multifunctional tool that allows you to adjust axle nuts, change bearings, mounting hardware, and the kingpin nut right on top of the truck.
The all-steel ratchet system has a reversible axle kingpin socket and Phillips head and Allen key wrench that pressure fits into the side of the tool when not in use.
It's auto-patented, which means you can only get this brilliant quality from Primate Tools, and they are available now at rollersnakes.co.uk. So Toby, let's wind your nuts in and go back to the show now.
How do you wind your nuts in?
I'll show you.
Back to the show. Let's talk about art.
Okay. The art thing's a funny thing because I don't really feel like much of an artist at all. Because that's like something you find when you're like a kid.
Yeah.
You know? And when I was a kid, like I always liked like creative stuff and like just like in school, like I liked wood shop and art class and ceramics. Like that's the kind of shit I liked. Like every kid likes it, you know? But I didn't really show any talent at all. And I would be so fucking frustrated because I thought it was so fucking. The idea of doing art was like almost as cool as skateboarding. You know, it's just like it something spoke to me about it. And then being in skateboarding, and just loving skateboard graphics, and getting into punk rock and liking all the aesthetics of the records and zines and things like that. It was late. It was like early 2000s or whatever. I hurt my ankle, and my daughter was like a newborn, and I was with her like 3 full days a week, and she would be napping and whatever. I just started being like, fuck it, I'm just going to start making stuff because I want to make stuff. And so it was just like, I would just use the Xerox machine and cut and paste, cut little stencils here and there, you know what I mean? But so long story short, it wasn't until I found the stencil thing.
Yeah.
And like when things click in me, I just go like, oh, I like doing this and I want to do it better and better. I didn't look at it as art. I didn't think cutting stencils was art. It's just making the shit. It's creative, you know?
Yeah.
And then I saw a book, and it was like all like stencil art. I didn't even know what was going on, you know what I mean? But it was like people making like legit paintings and stuff in galleries, you know what I mean? And I was just like mind blown. And I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So it was kind of an accidental, like I don't really feel like I'm definitely a creative person and have an eye for things, but when it comes to natural hand to paper artistic ability, I have none. You know?
Right.
I mean, I might get into doing abstract paintings at some point.
Yeah.
You know, but I can't draw. I can hardly write my own name. And when I got into it, I just was like, rather than being like, oh, I'm not good, I was just like, I looked at it like punk rock music. Like, it doesn't matter if you're good.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't, you know, the Ramones didn't know how to play. That was like my attitude with making art. It's like, it's more about your enthusiasm and your heart than it is your talent, you know.
Sid Vicious could never play bass.
Exactly, you know. But, so, and then like a lot of things, just like I said, when I decided to get sober, I was in. You know, when I got into skateboarding, I was fucking in. You know, it was like, and then I got into that, and I was hooked, and I was just in. And I've been, you know, just doing it out of just enjoying doing it. You know, like it just feels good to me to make things. You know.
So, what? Give us some brands that you've done some stuff with.
I've done stuff with Crooked and Real and Creature. You know, Enjoi obviously, and in Black Label obviously. I mean, I would do stuff for all my sponsors. Like when I rode for Split and Inez. I did some stuff for Inez, and then I ended up working with Iron Fist. I did I mostly did stuff for art for Iron Fist.
I was so hyped when we saw the first brochure with that stuff in, because you know, like Travis and Chris, who did that brand, were skaters from South Africa, and you know, always had that kind of link. We were always chatting skating, but then when it was like your shit, I was like, yes, we were hyped, and you were there at that time, weren't you, Ed? And it was I was super hyped when I saw that stuff.
So I did a lot of stuff for them, and then what else have I done? I did stuff with the San Jose Sharks, our hockey team.
Nice.
Which that was probably the coolest thing I ever done, because like doing stuff for skateboarding, I've been in the skateboard game for so long, it's like cool, but it's not, I don't feel like it's like but like being into hockey and then doing something with something that's outside of your bubble.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like fucking cool.
Yeah.
And like to go there and like talk with the marketing people and getting the tour of the place and then getting tickets to the game.
Yeah.
And like doing a poster that they gave away at the game and, you know, all that kind of shit. That was cool.
Yeah.
What else have I done stuff for? I know there's more. I'm just blanking, you know.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of that kind of stuff anymore. I just like to do stuff for myself mostly.
Well, I've been seeing that you do like guitars and stuff. Like you paint like full guitars. You did one for Descendants
and the Dropkick Murphys, and what else did I do? I've done one for the Dropkick Murphys before, and I did one for No Effects. But it's like I'm part of this thing called Punk Rock Paintbrushes. It's like an artist collective, I guess you could say. You familiar with it?
Yeah,
at all?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're in cahoots with all the bands. And they mainly... So basically, like right now, this weekend, my art's in some festival in like Chicago. Because they go from like music festival to music festival. They have like a whole like traveling art
I feel
show.
bad now that we've made you come to Derby for the weekend.
Oh, I don't go to those things. I don't fucking go to those things. I just send my art. It's like so it hopefully can sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the guitars are through that, and so that's all through like Punk Rock Paintbrush stuff.
Nice.
And then on the side, do you do the stencil board graphics and stuff like that? Do you sell those?
Yeah, like if I
Direct-
paint on boards,
Do you sell directly if anyone listening wanted to get one, or do you have like a website?
I have a website.
Yeah.
It's burningboyltd.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be fucking so good to get one for the backdrop of the podcast.
Maybe we need to.
I'll get you guys one.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That'd be rad.
Yeah.
That'd be super sick.
What musician would you have on it if you could?
It's
do it
got to
on
be
that?
English.
Yeah.
Oh, I did something recently I was really stoked on. I got to do art for Coxbar for Punk
Oh,
Rock
like the
Bowling.
punk band. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the intro to one of the Death videos.
Coxbar is one of my favorite fucking bands.
Maybe if we had a board graphic, I really like Discharge.
Mm-hmm.
They're like quite local. They still play live.
Iron Monkey would be a good band to
Iron
do because
Monkey. I don't know about
they're
Monkey.
they're from Notts.
They're from Nottingham, so 40 minutes away. and
It's Jess, Chaz and Dave.
Chaz and Dave.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be an honour to have one of your boards up on there. Then me and Toby could squabble over it when the podcast is done. Who's taking it
No, just keep it here. Just keep it here in the room of memories, you know?
in your?
It's kind of
room.
empty at the minute, so.
Yeah, yeah, but that'd be unreal. We can talk about the Boardslide, but I just wanted to geek out about Lance Mountain. So we were talking about skaters that, because for us meeting you, we're geeking out on you, and then it's always funny to know that you, who has so many fans, geeks out on someone else. And you said in the car, mainly one of those is Lance Mountain. And it's like, how did that friendship come around, and skating with Lance and how he is as a person, a skateboarder? I just want to geek out on him. I want to hear his name mentioned.
Lance Mountain is a skateboarder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I met him in the early 90s. Because, like I said, I grew up with Solomon, and him and Solomon were really close, really, really early. So I would go down to LA with Solomon to skate, and that's when I met Lance.
Yeah.
Which I've totally fucking geeked out on, because I go to his house and there's this ramp, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Because you said that's why you wanted to film a trick at the in your latest part at the SAD.
well, I wanted to go to Sadlands because I had just always seen that in the magazines, and that was a spot I always wanted to go to as a kid. And when I became of age to make it down to LA, Orange County, it was gone, you know. But that day I was having one of those moments, because here I am, 50 years old, out skating for making a video part at Sadlands with Lance Mountain.
It's like
And it
full
was one of those
circle.
moments I just had to stop and kind of take in the moment.
Yeah.
And kind of think about being a kid in high school, looking at the magazine, seeing Sadlands, dreaming about it, seeing Lance Mountain, dreaming about it. And here, not only am I I'm not only one of them, I'm older than one. It's I would just had one of those moments of because all that shit became normal. All this stuff that I get to do, that normal skaters, my day in, day out life was pretty remarkable to your average skateboarder. Just became normal to me.
Yeah.
So every once in a while to have one of those moments, especially at 50, to just be like, fuck, man, this is really cool.
I'm hoping that we can have one of those moments. That sounds really creepy the way I've just gone into that. I really
want a creepy
okay, I've
moment.
blown
in
it.
this, Adam.
I really want to get a clip of me and you doing feebles on
We're
the
gonna
curb
do
at the
it.
same time.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same, but
That's
not
what I need.
but not
I
not
need
feebles, not curb
I'm
skating.
gonna get Mike to get his camera out and take a photo, and it's gonna go in
You
my
give me
national
45
record of
minutes to
achievement.
warm this body up.
Yeah, well, I'm same.
Yeah.
Maybe not when it's this hot. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll get 45
Yeah, maybe.
minutes of stretching and maybe 5 minutes of trying it.
Yeah, meeting Lance in the 90s,
Yeah,
becoming
sorry.
friends with him, and him still, because he's like the mecca of what a skateboarder is. Lance.
But now we're like friends, you know, and like when I was filming my video part, I would call him. Like, because one of the first days I was down there filming with him, and
Did you get nervous calling Lance Mountain? I would.
no, not
Not anymore, but
I
did
mean,
you?
we just text.
Right.
You know, but
How long does he take to reply?
he responds right away.
Yes.
Amazing.
He sounds like my kind of guy. We
Yeah.
need to.
Amazing.
And but he just wants to skate. He just wanted to get in on the action, you know.
Yeah.
He just wanted to film,
Mhm.
you know, and so if he was in town, he would always come out.
Yeah.
And it was rad because that day that we were at Sadlands, I was struggling to do that frontside rock.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me, he goes, dude, stop trying. He's like, loosen up, just just don't think about it, just do it. And then I just did it. Because I was over trying, you know.
That quote
Yeah, you
from
kind
him
of
is
get
like being-
locked in with tricks, don't you? And you start.
I feel like I
almost
have to like
losing-
tense up and
Yeah.
like I have to have my mind overpower the situation, but really it's all there.
that quote from Lance, like being touched by the hand of God. You know what I mean? Just like chill.
Yeah,
then
he was
you
just
did
like
it.
chill, and I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
And that thing, how much vert is on that thing?
I don't even know. It's
'Cause
not even
it's
like it's a
barely a
lot of vert. It's
transition,
not
it's-
a lot of vert. The hard thing is it's rounded.
Yeah.
So if you don't hit it directly center,
Yeah.
you fly out
Yeah,
this
yeah.
way or fly out that way. So after you do that a couple of times, every time you go, you're like, I'm going to fly out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like wondering if you're going to make it to the top.
It's the old brain box starts
The brain
playing.
box fucking with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He wants the rail slide.
That's
Oh,
it.
fuck.
Like,
The-
oh,
the-
sure.
It's the best thing going. I've loved that since the day it come out. You get a little
All right.
He's only come here to talk about the curveball side.
You know what? The only thing I had on my list with my 50 part was to go back and do that. Fuck. And I never did.
So that's what is that spot?
But this, it's like what we call an expressway, which is just like it's a road, but you know, it's like 50 mile an hour
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. I don't know how many kilometers that is, but
No idea.
it doesn't matter.
60.
And then it's like there's a sidewalk, and it just curves or goes down and curves around to go down underneath the overpass. It goes
Yeah,
over
yeah.
another
Yeah.
expressway. So, and then there's just this random. There's 4 of them on both sides of the street, you know. And the biggest challenge of that was you have to stand out on the island, waiting for cars to go by
Yeah.
until you get a clean shot, you know, and you're hoping cops don't drive by and shit like that. And it's really rough on top.
Yeah.
But
It's got to be one of the most memorable tricks, I think. Like, it's just, you know.
I got lucky on that one, and I didn't. The funny thing is I did it before
Yeah.
for the video. Like I was shooting something for Slap, like a pro, whatever their pro things were, and I went and did it with Joe Brook one day,
Yeah.
and no one was filming. I just was like, I've been looking at this spot. I'd been there a couple times, and I always went there with rails.
Yeah.
And I tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it, and it took me a while to figure out I have to lean in like a lip slide. And once I leaned in, it was like it took you all the way. And then, but then I would burn through the rails. And then so the first couple times I'd burn through the rails and they'd be flopping all over the place. I was hitting screws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't work. And then I went back when Joe Brook was there, did the same thing, had rails, burned through the rails. I ripped the rails off. The next try, I slid all the way down.
Yeah.
Because what was happening, because since you're going inside on the sharp edge, it was burning all these
Yeah.
lines in the rails, and I would get stuck in the lines and my weight would be off because I'd be stuck in a groove. Once the rails came off, I went all the way down to the bottom and then like made it the next time. And then when we were doing the video, my part was all edited, and John's like, you have to go back and do that rail slide. And I was like, fuck.
I bet that was quite intense at the very last bit of it. The speed you've got going around it and getting that angle right to.
I don't even remember how long it took. I don't think when I went to do it, I don't think it took me that many tries the second try, because I knew I didn't need rails. So
you worked it out.
I don't think it took me that many tries, but I did not want to go back and do it. I remember that.
It looks like,
but it made the whole part.
Ledge.
If I didn't do it, it wouldn't have worked.
It looks so perfect, that ledge, but like you're saying, it's not the same. But can you imagine that the English equivalent of that spot would be like made of shit bricks with loads of tops missing, all like the mortar falling out, and it would be like too tight and be just fucking shit.
Yeah.
It looked good.
It's kind of a perfect spot.
Yeah, it looks
other
unreal.
than the run up and the traffic and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
you got another trick for it? Could you ollie over to tail slide in and around?
Someone might be able to. No one's done it yet.
Yeah.
So it would anything in skateboarding is possible. It would be rough just because of the angle.
Slappy frontside feeble around it?
No, I did look at it. No. You know what? When I went and looked at it a few times recently, I'm like, you might be able to wally board slide into it.
Next time you go there, can you text me a picture of it? I want to see what the run up's like. Just
talking about. So I was saying the other day that I've got this perfect downhill ledge, the one that Rashid skated.
Yeah,
it's like about this high. I was like, could we go there with Jason, and could you wally board slide it and maybe squeeze in a hurricane at the end? It's just perfect down. It's got new floor around it as well. It's all been tarmac, so it's nice and smooth.
For the record, I have volleyboards in it. It's coming out in the next video.
Yeah, but
not in this body, you didn't.
But you did.
There's a good story. You want to hear a good Solomon story?
Yeah, always.
It was from Label Kills. Do you remember? He did probably not, but he did a nollie backside lip slide down a handrail.
Yeah.
Like a 9-stair handrail or something like that.
Yeah.
And so, back then it was all the already been done bullshit. And so they went there, and the photographer, someone goes to Solomon's like, dude, you can't do that. No, Arto already did. He goes, not in this body, he didn't. And he went back up there and he fucking did it.
Wrist.
Yeah. Not this 220-pound body. You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solomon was amazing. I remember seeing him when they came over here on that demo, that tour with Cardiel, and Ron Chapman was on it, and just seeing him doing switch ollies to fake.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Out the top of the ramp. It was probably an 8-foot mini ramp, and seeing switch ollies for the first time like that, and he had those
probably like 91,
tiny wheels.
1991 probably, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, tangent. Let's get up and leave.
Now we can wrap it up. Thank you from all of us for coming in. Let's have a big round of applause. Thank you very much. I was taking a bow.
Yeah.
Right, let's go outside and do a slappy front feeble on the curb.